dumbass forgot the combat logging.
Nice.
No.
Okay. That Ulgrax didn't happen. Get fucked.
Now I can see how
everybody.
much damage my ring did on that fight.
Someone logged it.
I'm logging.
Wow.
I
I'm
always
filing a report.
I have to update Warcraft.
Who am I gonna swap?
Holy crap! Why are you so far?
Yuna.
What?
How many points are you at for leagues?
I don't know. I've been gone for like a week.
Hey.
Wow, you didn't put it on your
Hey,
phone?
can everyone shut the fuck up for a second? Just 1 second. There we go.
Okay. I have something very important to
Some
say.
beer's cracking. What's going on? Thought we were taking the
No, that was a Dr. P.
No, that was actually the Rockstar.
Dude, Dr.
Oh.
Rockstar? Oh, we're fucking Rockstar now.
So gross.
The only Rockstar I know is Shanks because he likes to ski.
Who's this fucking warrior with the shit ass take?
Damn, called out.
I don't know.
Damn,
but
Frank.
He's pretty right.
With his shit ass what? What's wrong with him?
I say Coke and Pepsi is low tier soda.
What the fuck's high tier?
Mountain Dew,
Well,
Dr. P.
well, none. Like almost every other.
I don't know.
soda.
Can I get? If I can't get a motorcycle from it, I don't want it.
My favorite's root beer, like Dr. Pepper.
All
7-Up.
right. If you're on odds, so group 1 and 3, you're gonna be on star with Belra starting here. If you're in groups 2 and 4, you're gonna be over on circle with Dixby.
Bye, Koski.
Where's the group if we just want to do our own thing? It needs to be a freemium.
You don't.
Oh, that's back in your trial stage.
Yeah. The lowest form.
Are you ready, kids?
This boss has even less health than Ulgrax.
3.4B.
I'd say it's just shy. It's just shy of 8 Rashocks.
Nobody touch the ads so that I can touch all of the ads.
I love how that's still a fucking measurement even in
Are you
expansion later.
fire, Duna?
3.
Oh yeah.
2.
We have 2 fire mages over here. Shit's gonna melt. That's sarcastic.
The side never gets ads first.
I want to reboot.
Guys' fuck off ad is over on Moon to your right. Shouldn't really. You guys should be able to just get it running over.
Never said it didn't matter where I put the beam.
That's actually.
It puts it right on the Atticus level side.
Alright, our fuck off ad is over on circle.
The hell? Did you die?
I don't know. I bubbled a tentacle and died.
Can we wipe? My black arrow is bugged.
No, we're not wiping for your black arrow.
Dude!
We started this boss for like parses.
I mean, we might wipe, but I did shit to this fuck off.
We've died to weird shit. I think we should reset.
No, you died
It's
to weird
unfortunately
shit.
gonna die still, but
Nope.
Also, Shanks, why would you bubble when you can bubble this and keep uptime on the boss?
Why bubble the tentacle?
Fucking mistake.
yeah, but you still have to run around to not hit other people's tentacles. Like, come on.
So
Well, I
it
didn't
sounds like
want
it's gonna work.
I didn't want to hurt other CPS. I was trying to be a good player.
That's the
Yeah,
dumbest thing I've
that
ever
really
regret
done.
it.
is
Yeah, I
the
fucking
problem.
regret it instantly. Don't get me wrong. I died, so.
Shanks, where the fuck, Shanks? Because you're on the fucking wrong side. That's why you got instant
Have
collapse.
I ever told you I'm proud of you, Shanks?
Never change,
So
Shanks.
I
Never
died,
change.
So I ended
Never
up on the wrong
change,
side,
Shanks.
So I just assumed I would assimilate. Okay.
He's a free man.
If I look at the log and you die to the fucking frontal, I'm gonna know what happened.
Dude, it wasn't even.
We know it goes through bubble now. If
Well,
that's what happened.
It doesn't
Kinda
actually go through bubble, but the fucking, like, you take
We need to push Krakow.
dot.
You don't need to do anything. The boss is dead.
Yeah, just kill the boss.
That's what I was planning to do. I was
Wipe
planning
it up.
to Still,
Two set of ads. How can I parse if I only get one set of ads? and not
The
two?
ring still didn't drop.
Ooh, bracers. With a sock.
where are the fucking boots? Like the fucking. Where are the mythic boots from this boss, dude?
What does anybody know what leather bracers catalyze to? Like stat wise?
Bracers.
Wow.
Depends on the
Fuck,
class.
I don't know, dude. I ain't even looked at them. I'm not even sure what they catalyze to.
Do we have? I should have a catalyst charge. I think I'm gonna take these fucking pants and catalyze them.
I'm just used to have follower I need on everything, so I just hit need.
Send me out.
What? No.
Ah, get shit on, Husky.
Fuck. I can't win shit. You won with a 15.
Damn, rank. Said these are mine.
You fucked.
Yo, if those boots drop off the next one, I actually do need those, so everyone can.
I'm gonna
test
steal
those.
them for Mog.
Yeah,
I
you
need
can
a
go fuck
Mog
yourself.
too.
I will never unmute again.
So,
There.
Shanks.
Mog is forever.
No, I know. I had bubbled earlier. I didn't realize that. Yeah, no.
No, Shanks, you didn't bubble.
I did bubble. I bubbled the first go. and then
Survival
I did bubble.
abilities.
It was not up.
The
Did
last
you bubble
thing
after you died?
Sacrosanct Crusade,
Yeah, well,
9
no,
seconds.
on CD, so I like pretended to bubble and pretended it was there.
He pretended to.
Yeah, no, I went
It's
through it.
it's Reclear. I don't care.
Is he drunk?
Pretended to bubble. Yeah, no, I thought it was safe, but no.
First of all, fuck you, peeps.
It's Reclear. I don't care.
How'd I get a 33? What?
Because you only got to go down once.
But for DPS or for healing?
Healing.
Healing, you got a 96 on that.
Yeah, out of 33.
Oh,
Let's
I was
go.
gonna say I don't
96.
know what you were looking at for a 33 on healing.
Rank 33
Oh, rank
Oh,
33. I was like, what are you talking about?
out of
Fucking orange
639.
you got the pug with me.
What the fuck,
Die.
Pete?
I'm glad he died.
I got a 100 per item level.
Hey, so did I.
Let's go. Top parses.
What? Oh, it's fucking patch week. I'm like, why is there like nothing in eye level brackets for the first 4? And it's because fucking 11.07 partition.
Quick, kill the target dummy.
We must free him.
Oski, no.
Could you use stone form?
Don't die.
Or wait, what's that heavy arrow?
Yeah, it was the arrow. I was trying. I use my
I
storm.
I can't die. I have too much main character energy.
Yep, main character gets
Too
Guardian
much
Angel.
too much plot armor.
Mm-hmm. And if I do die, they just assemble the Dragon Balls and bring me back.
Fair. Or it's the healer's fault.
Alright,
And then
Goofy,
I still
cough
get
up your
Dragon
balls.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm really looking forward to doing Brute Twister again. I don't know about new videos, but
We're not doing Brute Twister?
You're looking forward to doing your sister?
Oh no!
Just Oreo with the we're not doing Brood Twister. Sorry.
That was the one fight. I was literally like looking up a build, being like, "Okay, let's fix up this fucking."
Are we just doing the first 4, or are we just doing full raid time?
I don't think it's
just first 4.
Yeah, we'll clear it and get out of here.
2 votes
What kind
lost.
is
But, I mean, Brood Twister is why my overall mythic parsing is only 98.6.
Oh yeah, guys,
instead of,
back into
like,
Cauterizing
99.
Flame.
Wait, I know we're only doing 4. I just opened this thing.
I will say,
Dude.
yeah, I am a bit annoyed because my Brood Twister is bringing my overall
Let's say
parse
99,
down.
98, 97, 99, 99, 86 Brood Twister.
86.
Is bringing my parses down because there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Mine are the
There's a
first 4
76 on Brood
bosses.
Twister. I do want to re-clear it at some point this
86
season.
is very shameful.
It's gonna be another night where I open a Rockstar and it's just like we're not really doing anything.
All right.
I can do keys out the ass.
Real quick, putting the first 4 clones by the markers. We're gonna just go clockwise from there. This boss should die in like 3 minutes. Just don't ever have anything in your circle.
Bro, we better at least, if I'm trolling by wearing Spy Masters, we're doing something right.
But it's like the
What
only
the
trinket
fuck
you have.
would you wear Spy Masters?
It's Mythic! I didn't realize we'd be fucking killing shit too quick for me to even use a Spy Master. This is stupid.
Your Spy Masters isn't mythic.
No, I gotta whip out the Prog trinkets. I have a Heroic Mad Queens I got in my vault.
Yeah, doing a fucking Bloodbound took a whopping 190 seconds.
2, 1.
That's 3 minutes.
No. It's 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Come on, man.
Alright, first
Oh,
charge is
my
coming
bad.
out in a few. Put them towards the markers. Keep them 8 yards from each other. Nobody in your circle. Alright, next charge is coming out in 3. Put it against the pool on the floor. 8 yards from each other.
I did it too early, I'm sorry. I tried to feign it.
Yay, decimates. Clean these all up. Gonna be taking a bit of damage here. Just keep an eye on your health. If you get too low, use a health potion. Okay, next charge is coming out in a few. Put it along the previous shit dropped, 8 yards from each other, nobody in your circle. Decimate's coming out, just hit these clones. Rick, you're fucking demon. I thought that was a missed shadow clone.
Don't worry about it.
Alright, next charge is coming out in a few seconds. Put along the previous shit dropped, 8 yards from each other. Next charge is coming in 10 seconds. We got Shadow Clones still up. There's 3 of them. Just make sure nothing is in your circle for this next charge. Oh, nothing in your circle. We got a lot of space to work with here. We don't need to keep it so tight. next charge is coming out. Put it along the ship previously dropped. 8 yards from each other. Don't overlap. Guys.
One job.
Yeah. I know it's Reclear, but please keep it clean. I don't want to risk a fucking wipe. Okay, next shard is coming out. Put along the ship previously dropped. 8 yards from each other.
Yay,
Damn,
5
that
binary.
is some loot.
The loot of all time.
A fun necklace.
Oh shit. My final tier piece.
Wait, that's my final tier piece.
You son of a mother.
Do ads count for the next boss?
You actually
Can
were
you guys, can you guys help me roll for the weapon for the Agi staff?
The what?
The what?
I need both those with transmog, so can you
I
pass
rolled
The
for
polyarm.
transmog.
No, pass with transmog.
Oh, I didn't even fucking pull him drop.
Fuck
So I
would
can
roll
do
against you.
so I can do Mythic Plus and Survival Dip.
Who would roll against
Transmog overall
you? You brought
spec.
in a rogue and what a shaman? They can't use pole arms.
I'll need on it anyway. I don't care.
That's
Not
true.
with that attitude, we can't.
Not with that attitude.
Toski, you can have it. I don't care.
Cool, thanks.
No, I'm not going cleave for this.
I specifically went cleave for this, should I not?
That was Frank.
Yeah, no, Zero. I'm
Not with Frank.
Big stupid forgot to type combat log in my chat.
Just
Damn, there was
have-
another 30.
have MRT just do it.
See,
You
can
have
you set
RL
MRT
logging?
to only do it in raid?
Yeah.
Yes, because I don't get my keys, but I get all anytime I jump in a raid. I think you can set it to where you can set to certain difficulties with raid. I don't remember.
Yeah, you can. You can do all that.
I have
Okay. Yeah, 'cause I was gonna say I don't need a bunch of like random fucking logs for me doing dumbass shit on my ult.
Well, it will, like, if you join a normal, it will.
I'm gonna go back to Blade Storm.
Bro.
That might be a questionable D&D. Nah, we're good. We're good.
Okay, somebody that's not me. Nope. It was
Oh my God.
questionable.
my fault.
Your little minion really went after him.
Yeah, just fucking run away, buddy.
Oh.
See ya.
Holy
Can
shit!
someone
you
help
guys
me?
got healed.
You're fucking floating.
What are you doing up there, Baylor?
The fuck?
Belra has ascended. He's standing on the bodies of Zemio and Duna.
Yeah, what is that?
And then I get res down here? What is this shenanigans?
What is the
Bow
Wait, you're
to the
alive?
god.
You're just fucking standing there alive, Belra?
Hey,
Yeah.
you're just staying above everybody.
Would you stop, you little shit?
Whoa, Rake, what the fuck?
Not cool, bro.
Rake, stop rescuing people. Jesus Christ.
Attack. To the cords.
No, God, please stop.
Oh, I lost my food buff because of that. Because that cheap fuck didn't put down a hardy feast.
You're never getting a feast from me again.
That's fair.
It's like, wait,
That's fair.
Goofy.
Goofy.
Where's our feast?
Yeah, Goofy.
It's on my pally.
That doesn't matter.
Oh, that doesn't
What?
help.
Why?
Well, it does
They're
if it's not in
BOA.
his character's fucking bag.
They're
Wait, no, I can
BOA.
literally buy them. Never mind.
Can you make them though?
Yeah, he's got the rich man mount.
This
Well,
fight,
but does he have the hardy
Hill
feast?
boss.
Well, no, I'm buying
Big
personal
IO.
food now.
Just remember, for the 2 sets in the back here, ads are always going to the left. Spider web circle fucks are going against the wall. That's that point.
Wait, what?
Webs
we do
to the
webs
wall.
to the wall.
Yes, webs to the. That's what I said. Webs to the wall. Ads.
It's not what you said. It's what you meant.
Okay, that's. I was about to say. I was like, wait.
I'm fucking tired, dude. I had
He
to work
plays
on my
Ren,
day
remember?
off.
Fuck. That does suck. I worked overtime too this week. It was awful.
I haven't done shit this
I
week.
would say
5,
I hate
4,
holidays because people use
2,
all their fucking vacation
1.
time, which means I have to do actual work. First set of spider webs is coming out in a bit. Just put it behind us. And stay behind the raid with this. Don't commit terrorism acts.
Oh.
Already had terrorism there.
Oh god.
Holy
You
more
crazy
terror-
bitch.
Shanks. Shanks, you were the back one.
Help. I just jump off the edge.
Just reset real quick. We are geographically
That was
we're I got second guessed on it because I went like, am I the fucking back?
Well, I think out of
no,
habit,
it's the
when
one that was
they didn't
saying-
move back, everybody moved forward, and then everybody had the same thought of, am I the idiot?
I generally thought I was safe there. I was like,
No,
"There's
it's
no way I'm the one that fucked up."
Shanks is the idiot. It's
God
okay.
damn it.
You thought you were safe there. There was
I
no.
know,
You were
I was
on the
like,
other
wow.
line.
Shanks thought he was right when I was right, and
But there's a big
I
graphic
saw-
that
I
shows
saw
the
Oreo
wave where it's
move,
gonna
and
go.
I moved, and since I
Don't try and reason with it.
I was
You're
like,
right.
I'm good because Oreo moved, so I'm in the right, and yeah, no.
You're just fix it.
Shanks, go turn in your finery.
I will
50K in the G Bank.
I will say, yes, typically I will adjust if I can fix it, but I cannot fix you fucking steamrolling the raid.
Alright, good luck everybody who died on the bottom. AKA Toski.
I'm just running back.
Oi.
BBM auto completed the dialogue for me, and it's warning me that it did that. Nice.
I don't really have any mage food right now.
Because you don't need any? You don't have mana?
I have many lucky doos. You like?
If you have mana,
I
call the
need
police.
it.
Well, what? Fucking get this guy out of here. You can't give the poors free food.
He's more ethical than you.
I don't know
Right.
what...
How much
I-
shit have you added to that?
All of that.
So, I don't
That.
know what one of those is, because I have the fucking Twitch emote add-on.
Is it bruh? GGWP.
There's like...
The one before salt. that
Rig,
that's
do you
that
have the
one.
toes
Oh,
weak
Pog.
aura for combo points, where it's just Zalatoth's toes?
No.
Wait, there's
No.
what?
There's a weak aura for combo points, and it's just Zalatoth's
Where is
toes.
this?
Wait, what?
I saw it on
Yeah,
Reddit.
I remember that.
I linked it way back.
Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2.
You little shits pulling early.
Alright, first web circles, put them behind the raid. stay out of the raid with these. If you don't have them, kind of scoot up a bit, give them space. We're gonna get knocked back.
Don't try to AoE him.
Oh yeah. Please, please. Oh man, can't even cleave my friends. Good are you?
Alright, homeboy's about to fuck off. Just follow him.
Oh, I missed the gate.
It doesn't move.
Yeah, no, I just didn't click it.
Alright, get in the big fuck off circle. Okay, ads, take these to the right.
Okay.
Okay, circles go to the left against the wall.
What the fuck?
Or off. That's
Make
how
a
we're
big triangle here. Big triangle, big triangle, big triangle. Give those boys space.
Simia.
Simia, where the fuck are you?
I accidentally rolled.
Detached off the edge.
Too much Red Bull.
Can't res her.
She thought Red Bull gave her wings.
Dig me.
Okay.
I need a little help here?
No,
Yep,
she had a
thank
rock
you.
star.
She said, "Wee."
Okay, get in the circle. Right, big circle. Take the first circles to the left. Vago, you are a fucking terrorist.
Well,
He charged back.
What? No, everyone died.
Not
I can
every-
see
Because
that.
he went the other way.
Alright. Just wipe it up. Alright, less suicidal tendencies, and we're good. Stand in a puddle on the floor.
Times charms.
Don't leave. No.
Alright, less terrorism, less suicide, and we're good. Circles to the
I
left.
can't even jump while I'm a slime? What the hell is
No,
this
you
shit?
can do shit.
What if I get caught on a ledge or something?
You fucked then.
You thought.
It's just where you belong, I guess.
I'm a little slime boy.
Are you ready, kids?
What are you linking me? I know what that is.
What is it?
It's your weak aura for toes.
I thought it was the one that says touch of death.
No, that's Caney's.
5,
I didn't know if Daruk was gonna get the portal down in time.
5.
Popped my stuff.
Oh, you didn't pop it. I
5,
canceled that with like
4,
5 seconds left.
3,
Jeez.
2, 1.
Alright, first set of web fuck off circles, put them behind us. Watch those webs, don't get pulled in. He's gonna fuck off after he finishes casting. Get in the big circle. Alright, first set of ads, take these to the right of us. Alright, next up's gonna be circles are going to the wall. They're coming out now. Try not to double stack these, they still do hurt a little bit. Okay, big triangle here, big triangle.
We need a little bit of healing on this transition.
Okay, everyone get in the circle.
Whoa! People did not get in this.
How many do we have dead there?
That wasn't dead, it was just people not in the circle. Anybody that's alive
2 dead.
is wrong.
Frank, I won.
Alright, we're short on healers.
We're fine, just people need to get in
Well, I
the
admit
shit.
that you guys were dead.
Who was dead?
Also, those kicks, don't insta-kick them, because it happened on the first set as well. There was like 2 seconds left on the cast and someone just auto-kicked. Yeah, left then right for that set.
Also, they didn't put the walls or all the webs to the walls. That's another problem. I think they got 2 people killed.
Can I get a B-res?
On the side note, that fucker's getting nuked. Like, he's hitting execution range in the first transition. Which is nutty.
Why is my auction house mount like barely taller than Paleo?
Bro, why is your long boy
Are
isn't
you
long?
so tiny? What the
Is
fuck?
your Valkyr or whatever? Vrykul?
Yeah.
Vrykul have small mounts for some reason.
That makes no
On a
fucking
female
sense.
human.
Get on,
shit, why are
get
you
on,
so
get on your
small?
mammoth. Get on your mammoth or something.
This one?
It's so
It's my yak.
It's so cute.
It's so cute. So little and cute.
It'll end your fucking life. Husky, give us a standby.
Hey, you can mount up, right, Shanks?
Blame it's the other mage.
Oh yeah, the other mage, yeah.
No.
I'll bring my priest. No, keep going.
3,
Nothing of value is
2,
lost.
1.
Bro, how did you
die?
he just walked off.
I was jumping on the very edge, trying to be funny.
Fucking jumping up and down and you killed
Well, that was funny.
Behind the ring.
That's why I said don't go. That's why I said don't go. You guys what?
Don't go, jumping off real quick.
No. Terrorism. My god, everybody.
Geometry fucking challenge tonight. Ow!
nice to know that our raid is permanently the one kid who just puts everything in the square hole for that one shape.
That fucking video, that's great.
Goofy, rescue me!
Your hole.
I know where this goes. The square hole.
Adds to the left. Alright. And circles to the wall. Big circle or big triangle here.
Terrorism. No.
Interesting definition of big.
Okay, it's
That shit was
it's up.
huge.
Need some heals going
That
on?
Most of the people have the.
Holy shit.
Pretty aggressive.
Alright, big triangle here.
Step one is.
And go left. We got enough room, go left again. And rest of the raid, just shift right. Given space.
Two healers down.
Out of 3?
We have any B-res?
No, we already rezzed one healer.
Got the Simio.
I'm dead.
No, you're not. Never mind.
Well,
Why do I have a feeling I'm getting sent to Narnia? Oh god.
I didn't go anywhere.
I'll loot.
Alright.
Alright, who's not
Yeah,
dead?
just shadow step. What do you mean?
I soaked, I just altered back.
I mean, Bill and I could probably
Give
do
me,
that.
give
Oh,
me
yeah,
a
how much
second
time
to look
we
at
got?
something.
Do the webs root you? Because I just got like stuck in place in a puddle.
If they stack.
If you get hit by 2 of them, you ain't moving.
I didn't. I just couldn't move. Like I was getting tugged the other way.
Yeah, you did get tugged.
You fuckers ran the other way over here.
You say you need to get tugged?
Yeah,
Me too.
I could use that.
Hear what you want to hear.
This gem in my ring is healing a shit ton. Everybody's shit talking this amazing ring.
6%?
Yeah, 21 million. That's pretty huge.
Mean 6% for just an item you equip?
That's because you're already the best
6%
healer.
for a top healer.
Yeah, 6% of the top healer.
Are you guys able to res me? Or do
Just
I have to-
release
you have
and
to
fly
release.
back.
I
man.
will say, I couldn't B-res
I'll
you,
release,
so...
You gonna run off again, or?
I mean, to be fair,
No.
he died within about a minute of the fight every time, so it didn't make a huge difference.
That's
I was
not true.
I was
That's not
watching him right on the edge, like, oh, it'd be so funny if he just fell off and he just walks off.
And then he did.
In my defense, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna fall off the side. I was like, da da da, and I was like, no way. And I was like, oh shit, they pulled.
You've been
We're
doing
gonna
an
do
awful
fall
lot
off
of
the
thinking
cliff.
today, dude.
Doing an awful lot of thinking.
I got zooted.
Oh shit. Mario and heals. Alright, time to get serious.
It's just the cover it. It allows for more stupid Reclear fuck-ups.
Oh, I
You
know
heal
what
me through the
happened.
floor.
I wasn't Tuskar.
Also, when you drop the ads, the further back you go, the harder it's to get the aggro on them, right? hope you understand, because some of them are just in fucking Narnia. We cannot leave the melee reliably. We pick up aggro on them.
Yeah, you have to step away from them too. Like,
I have a good feeling about this one.
We better kill this shit in 8 minutes. I'm not using another flask.
Oh, boo-hoo.
I still have 68 minutes.
Oh no, it has nothing to do with that. It's the principle. Also, I rented a coffee.
Rented a coffee?
Four,
Too much coffee
3, 2, 1.
Alright, first circles are coming out in a few seconds. Just put them towards the back of the room. Don't be terrorists with it. Give them a bit of space to work with. Alright, boss is gonna fuck off after this cast. Everyone get in the circle. Adds to the left. And circles to the right, try not to overlap. Big triangle coming up.
bigger.
Okay, everyone get in the circle. Okay, first spider webs. Make this triangle big, spider webs going left. Go left with these. Okay, spider webs go left.
Oh, that's a terror.
They're too late.
Alright. Let's reset up.
Like, we used to do left to right, and I was waiting for a call out.
We used to do that, but we don't need to do it anymore.
There was so much room, right? I thought you were gonna call right.
I did the same thing. I thought he was gonna call right.
Nope, double left.
Yeah, it kind of got changed up from what was said before, but it's whatever. Let's just fucking kill the boss.
Frank, you have to release.
And so we do double right if we end up on the other side then?
It will depend.
Yeah, so if we were over here, we would have just done double right on this side. That's why we need a big first triangle.
Oh god, we broke it.
He stuck himself in a loop.
Oh god, it's just looping.
Real quick for clarification, if it goes to here, is it right, or
Yep.
left? Okay.
It'll be right.
Thank you.
That's what I asked. The fuck?
Yeah, but you just said left. Like what?
No, if we end up on the other side,
Just
we
ignore
go...
what Duna says.
5, 4, 3.
I didn't say shit.
2,
It's like
1.
what?
Exactly.
First spider circles put them behind the raid. No terrorism.
Okay, hit me twice. That's cool.
Dodge. Boss is gonna fuck off after this. Everyone get in the circle. First adds, take it to the left. Take these to the wall and big triangle. Boss is gonna fuck off again. Everyone get in the soak. Okay, big triangle, and first set is going left. Go far left with these circles, far left. Okay, next set of circles, go left as well, and then raid shift slightly right to give them a bit of space. Boss is gonna fuck off. Everyone get in. Okay, ads go right. Let's go right. Spider webs go left. Webs go left. Okay, ads go right.
Horrible timing. Oh.
Yay, we did it.
Oh.
Yay!
Yay,
Got
he's
an
still
achievement.
staying.
Hey,
in
look, the
Oh.
cloak.
Cloak.
can't loot the fucking finery because I can't carry any more of them.
Okay, KVS a one shot. Incoming.
Ooh, card.
Yeah, okay.
Did you say you need boots, Tangerina?
I need that
No,
for
no,
offset.
I don't.
The pug's rolling on loot.
That will be all that we're doing for tonight. We have tomorrow or next week is off Christmas Eve, Christmas. Following week, we will not be raiding New Year's Eve, but if you have not already filled it out, please fill out the New Year's Day rating sheet. It is pinned in Google somewhere. Raid discussion, I think, is where I pinned it. Besides that, it is we're not going to be like starting raid at 8 a.m. that day. We would be starting earlier than what we typically do, but we're not going to be like raiding from like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's just
But you said
a bit
we're doing
ridiculous.
Reclear like today. Is that what you said?
What? Today we're done for
No,
the
no.
rest.
But we're doing Reclear like today on that date, or
No,
you said
that
we were waiting
that
after
would
the
be
holidays.
would most likely be Silken Court. Is we'd finish up Silken Court on like New Year's Day.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Next week, if you are available to raid, we will probably do something like Saturday next week, Friday something. Keep an eye on Discord after Christmas. We'll do another like first floor reclear. Get another set of vaults in.
I fucking hate you, Duna.
Hmm?
I hate Duna and these fucking portals.
I also hate Duna.
I mean, it was very obviously Orbis.
You think I fucking look at the picture inside the portal?
That's why I make them.
You think
Well,
good
fuck you.
portals in this raid? You haven't learned your lesson yet, Toski?
We actually have one good mage though that makes real portals.
I only have one portal on my bars.
So that's
That's
I
it.
guess that's the trade-off on mages with like mental stability. If they're not fucking insane, they're fucking trolls and do that shit with the portal.
That's true.
Ouch.
It also means he's not playing
Thanks. Are you fucking here? Dude fucking
Thanks.
walked off the edge.
Shanks fell in.
He's
Fell in his-
renovating, man. You
he
can't stop him.
Fell into his bong.
There's no stopping the renovations.
I really hate that was my worst pull of Rashinon by far. It was the one we killed it on. Like, I guess it don't matter, but
You're healing?
no, it's everything. Terrible progs, everything, you know, just rough.
I mean that dog shit ring procced for 1.8% of my damage.
Hell
Push-
yeah.
Talking that awesome ring, dude.
The thing
I gotta go
is,
get that dog shit
you
ring.
lose 1.8% in secondaries by not wearing it. Right.
For what?
Huh?
The ring simmed as a side grade for me. Essentially the same. It just I slammed the bitch like I said yesterday.
Well, no, because like the thing is like the ring does do like 1.8% of your damage, but it's the
Oh,
thing
that
of
was
is-
only on that pull. On I think
Oh,
it was Sikron. It was like I can tell you, it was 3% of my damage on Sikron. So
For single target.
How much
'Cause I
healing
know-
it did? 22% of your healing.
Oh, you have the healing
well,
in?
yeah, 24% of my healing on Sikron. It's fucking dumb.
I mean, it's healing that goes on other people, right? So it's
Oh yeah.
also spread healing. So if you have everyone stacking this ring, it's potential a good coverage.
Did you put the
90.
healing in when you swapped?
Well, there's no good option besides.
There is no
it
other
right
option.
now.
That's the only option for that socket, I think, right now.
Oh. Oh, there's two yellows.
Yeah, there's two yellows, a blue, and the other color.
Pink.
Yeah, I'm not a doctor.
Okay, so
But you play one on TV.
I know I know
No,
Oreo just
I'm
mentioned it, but
too
we
ugly
need
for
at least
TV.
an answer from everybody for January 1st. And yes, like at a minimum, we're rating our normal rating hours. I guess let's start there. Like, if
Do we want-
everyone says no, we're rating our normal rating hours. But the goal is to make back as much of the time that we're losing in the next 2 weeks as possible. Like, up to and including.
I mean, do you know who didn't respond?
Yeah,
We
name
can
and
name
shame
and
if they're
we can name
here.
and shame.
So we don't have any rating next week, right? Do we want to go
Oreo,
do
is this
this
up to
4
date? Is
bosses?
this... Nobody answered today. If that says anything, so.
What next week, Biller?
Yeah, like we'll make a
Next week,
poll or whatever.
We'll do a poll or something.
We'll just do a putt. We'll do.
It,
kinda like
it
what
won't be
we
on the
did
raid days,
tonight.
obviously, because of the
Yeah.
holiday. But
Yeah.
The
'cause
idea, like
Tues-
maybe that Saturday.
yeah, Saturday might be a
Arn,
good day.
invite that shaman back.
Yeah. It.
Why?
Because I need him real quick.
What do you need him for?
You might make like a sign up for it or like an announcement on Discord.
You trying
so
to
people
buy
know
that
about
fucking
it.
cloak
He
off
bought
him?
the
You
cloak.
Yeah, I
He
am.
bought the cloak.
How much
You
are you
can buy
buying it for?
too much.
Don't
Who
buy
bought
the
it?
Okay.
fucking cloak, man.
Okay, how much?
So
100K?
Zemio has not answered the poll.
I'll
That's not
suggest
bad.
him to 200. I'll buy it for 200.
I gotta pull a
man.
fucking list up.
Wait, I didn't even think to buy the cloak.
I'm
I
giving
should
him the
buy the
fucking.
cloak.
Don't do it, you dickheads.
100k for a cloak is nothing.
Are
Dude,
you
that's
buying
cheaping
it
out.
for your evoker though? That's stupid.
Not
You're
if he
naming your
main
paladin
swaps.
anyways.
Not if he main swaps, but that's the so. That's also not a guarantee.
No.
Yeah, we need the poison spell.
That is, if I can get these fucking boots in my goddamn bag from. I'm giving him the boots.
Zemio's also gone. Cool. Zemio is one of the big ones we're waiting on.
Well, you named it shamed at least. We know. I mean, they're gone, but we know.
I linked. I can link the
Still in Discord.
the video. I took a clip of it. It felt very. I really resonated with it. I listened to it a couple maybe 2 weeks ago, a week or two ago. On the Potty C, Max talked about a time where they didn't raid because somebody didn't want to raid on principle, and he just said, "I've never been fucking madder when one person just lets 19 other people down for no reason." And I get that energy big recently. There are 19 other people counting on you. Just fucking show up to raid.
Listen, I've been here every week.
I know. You can't yell at the people that are here because they're
You know,
here, right?
I'm here every week, man.
You only yell at the people that aren't here, but they're not here to be yelled at.
Yeah, Baylor missed 2 weeks of rating. Well, how many weeks of rating was it? 2?
Well, see, Belra at least didn't
Baylor,
immediately quit the
jeez.
game after he got banned. Eclipse did.
Well, no,
Right.
he kind of played a little
He
bit.
he
And
teetered.
I'm the
He
biggest
fucking
item level in the guild now.
He teetered real hard.
But I don't love you, Baylor.
Eclipse went from one of our highest eye level, highest damaging people to one of our lowest eye level, lowest damaging people, and then just stopped showing up because of that.
38-44.
38.44. How'd you do that?
How the
I've
fuck
been
am I still
sucking
waiting on
cocks.
Thor to get these goddamn boots?
I'm
Just getting it on
38.25. Oh, actually, if I upgrade these bracers I just got in raid and equip them, I think I will probably be okay. I gotta go do that.
You also took a 3-item level gloves from me.
Oh,
For
did
yourself.
you? I asked you if you were actually gonna equip those.
I mean, we have the same situation. I have it crafted,
Yeah.
but of course, same as you.
Okay.
The cock ring.
Hell yeah.
Digsby, yes. Bago, yes. Belra, yes. Burke, yes. Daruk, yes. Astro, yes. Me, yes. Eclipse no longer exists. Frank.
Like,
Okay.
is this thing supposed to show up in my
Rainy?
fucking mail or what?
Rainy, you exist. Can you answer the poll? It's pinned, right, Oreo?
If it shows up in your mail, you can't trade it.
He'll
Is
have the
Rainy
same.
on now?
He'll have the same timetable as I will, Duna.
Okay, you are yes, but 9 p.m. Central. Oh, I don't do anything until 9 p.m. Central. Anything? Well, we definitely will be raiding after 9 p.m. Central. Because that's our normal raid hours, right?
Again, this is for New Year's Day, not New Year's Eve.
9
Yes.
Central is 2 hours after.
9
hours-
Central is when break
Literally?
happens.
Yeah, that's break.
Yeah, well, so you're saying you can only raid the first half of raid on the first?
Yes.
Okay, that's less than helpful, but thanks for it. And the answer is helpful.
Anybody know how long this shit's gonna take to show up in my fucking mail or what?
An hour?
If nobody is in the instance, it'll show up 5 minutes after the last person leaves the instance.
Everybody
Hey,
leave that
Frank-
damn raid unless Thor's still on that motherfucker.
Frank answered. Okay, I need a Tang and a Toski. Nope, Tang. Why is this alphabetically weird? No,
I thought I
you're there.
answered
It's
it.
just it's sorting alphabetically weird.
Is it sorting by alphabet? Or is it sorting by time filled that they?
I
answered the
sorted it by alphabet, but it put Tang below other people. So I can't make it make sense. It might be like WoW Audit might be doing both, like by name then server. I don't know, because so Frank, Husky, Caney, Oreo, Peeb, Flash, Rainy, Rake, Sag answered. Not on here though, right? Sag provided. I
have no fucking idea, man. I can't keep track of it all in my
I
head.
will say.
Oh no, I
do,
am thinking out loud.
I
as
do
also...
love Shanks's 2 answers to this being 16 seconds apart on the same day.
Yep.
One
And it's
says-
different answers.
One says all day, and
Okay.
then the next one says all day, bruh, in all caps.
Sag will be available starting December 29th.
He
according to
completed the questionnaire and it popped up again. He's like, "Man, I just answered this." And he answered it in all caps.
Just
Like,
does
quit
it
asking
again.
me.
He answers everything in all caps, dude.
It is just funny that they are 16 seconds apart.
Okay, 638.63 Belra now.
Okay, I'm just gonna put him down because I'm gonna put everybody down. Spear, yeah, Spear answered. Tang answered. Goofy answered. ABC. No Goofy. When I did Goofy answer.
For which one?
The pinned questionnaire.
New
There's a
Year's
pen questionnaire.
rating on New Year's Day.
Oh, I don't give a shit. Where's it
That-
at?
It's
Raid
pinned.
discussion.
Raid
Thor.
discussion.
Okay, Shanks, yes, twice. Zemio, no, 0. Okay.
Just tell me when to be there. I'll be there. I don't know where those damn pin fucking shit is,
It's an IQ test.
and I don't have that. Thank you.
I'm in flashbacks to work right now is when I asked someone to restart a computer and they just monkey hold down the power button. I'm like, please don't do that.
You're not supposed to do that.
I mean, you can, but like it's
It's a hard shutdown.
not great. Yeah, it's not great.
Is everybody out of that fucking raid yet, or what? God damn it!
We have 3. We are waiting on 3 answers.
I don't even know where it's at. I'm looking.
I will relink it underneath that.
You are asking if I can raid on New Year's Day. I would probably be shit faced and go to bed at 6 a.m.
That's fine. And when you wake up, we'll raid. Just whenever you think that'll be.
When I wake up. Good one.
Well,
No,
that is the
seriously.
thing,
Like
is
anything is
we're
more than
not-
nothing. If you
it's-
wake up at 3 p.m., that is fine. We just need a window. Or, at the bare minimum, normal raid hours, unless you're Peeb and you hate us.
It's like what I said though, is that like we're not starting at like 8 a.m. It won't
Yeah,
be like
we're-
super. We'll
'Cause
go as
we have
long
West
as we
Coast people.
can.
We're just the goal would be to try and get back a full week of raid in one day. If that is the goal. If we can only raid 5 hours or only raid 4 hours, which is our normal raid hours, that would be cool and helpful. But
So I'm supposed to be back on the what day? The 30th, but I might extend my stay with family, so I don't even know yet.
That is fine. Like Bago already said he won't be here. Just saying you won't be here because you're gonna be with family or not in town or whatever is completely fine. But like, other than that, like we are really, really
Said
trying to
yes or
raid.
no. There's no tentative button. I'll just say no.
Yeah, there is. Well, currently we have what? 1, 2. You would be a 3 no's out of a 22-man roster, and then 2 of them have to leave halfway through raid. So that would make like we're really trying to get fucking CE, guys. Like we just need people to show up the goddamn raid. Like,
But I thought you
please.
said it was potentially going to be early. If they have to leave
Yes.
halfway through, can't we just start 2 hours earlier?
Well, that's the thing. Is
that's the thing.
figuring out.
We need
yes.
to make up time
We need-
for Christmas week and New Year's Eve being off of raid.
Well, it's the
Well,
thing
yeah.
is we don't know exactly when we would start on New Year's Day. That is the thing that we need to figure out. See,
We just need
what
basically
times is
of
best for
windows of
everyone.
availability. So like, if you're like, hey, you can show up. Wait.
Show up late
show
to
up
the
late
event.
to. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, so again, Oreo's statement remains true. If we start earlier, if we can raid for 4 hours and you still, that would be like, again, we'll see. But like, as of
The
right
thing
now, we
right.
just need to know people's availability. Like Bago has already said, Bago's a great example. He's out of town, will not be there. That is fine. But if enough people say that, we can't raid, and then we just delay raiding. Like we already haven't raided for basically 2 weeks.
It's because like it is still New Year's Day. People are doing shit. So it's the thing is like, oh, if you got dinner or something or some I don't know.
Whatever people do, yeah.
Yeah, but it's the thing is like we typically raid 5 to 9 p.m. Pacific, but if we like
Could
if
raid
everyone
from
goes
like 3
to 7, right? Because it's like if you guys got to leave or other people got other stuff going on, right? Then it's
4 hours is hopefully the minimum. Because again, not raiding at all would really fucking suck. But also enough raid time to matter, I guess. Like 2 hours is like piss in the can. Like we hope the goal of the first is to kill Silken Core. Whatever remainder, like dust off the 1.5, 2 weeks of non-progression raiding, and then step into the room, kill the fucking boss with another 2 weeks of finery buff, if I'm right. Like another 2 buffs, because we get one next week. No, then we don't get one that week, right?
We get one more finery buff before.
Yeah,
New
so
Year's
we'll have
Day.
another finery buff, and hopefully the rings will be relevant by then. That should matter for some people. Like, but we're also like on the very tail end of the boss. So if we can just fucking get 20 people together and power through,
It's
that
holidays and it sucks.
yeah, it just
Not
like
much we can do.
That slapping turns me on a little bit.
I will be here if I'm home. I can't promise anything.
That's
okay.
the Gunnar Fest.
That is an answer. Thank you. Because basically what this also means for us / me is if we're only missing 1 or 2 people for some amount of time, I can try and fill that slot. Find somebody.
You need to get to recruiting, Duna.
I'm fucking trying, man. Though it's also at the point in the season where like there's not a lot of people really looking, or they're just trying to like gig a slingshot, or they're bad.
Or all of the above.
Yeah, I mean, the good people are either in a guild that is already guild good and they are fine and they're happy, whatever. That's like most of us here. And then then there's people who suck that are in a good guild, and then those people are not looking. And then there's people that suck in a bad guild. Those people are looking. I don't want them. Then there's people that are good, but have like some weird fucking stipulations, or like think they're God's gift to rating. Like, hi, I'm 4 out of 8 Mythic. 7 out of 8 Mythic minimum. Deep Prog only. Or mostly what I'm seeing is They want a sure thing. We have never gotten CE before, so they don't care. Even though we're probably going to get it, there's a really, really strong chance we get it. We technically haven't gotten it before, so they don't care. They're only looking for like perennial CE guilds. Even
I'll
though
be
they are not
honest, Queen,
perennial CE players.
we'll get Queen pretty quickly, in my opinion. Queen is just another dance.
Well,
so once you have it
looking-
down, it's easy.
Yeah, looking at
It-
what
well, it's
Ned
yeah, just time
Toss's
frame.
guild did yesterday on their first day of Queen Prog, they got it to 57%. So like the last set of
They got the
nerfs
P2 already?
to
Or is that
intermission,
P1?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a lot like heroic Queen. It's just learning that third toxic reaction and how to do the pops.
Pre-nerf Silken Court was significantly harder than Queen, and pre-nerf Silken or post-nerf Silken Court is probably slightly easier. The thing is regardless of the Silken Court nerf, we still would have killed that boss, right? We would have killed it probably if it didn't get nerfed at all, like the week after New Year's.
I just want to make sure we have enough time. Like it's all like time, right? Like
Yeah.
Because if you stick us on Silken Court and you give us 6 weeks to or Queen, if you stick us on Queen and we have 6 weeks to kill it, we probably get CE.
I mean,
but like
there's always options, dude.
every week we don't raid.
We know somebody that has a Queen lockout if we really fucking wanted
Fuck
to just
that
get
shit.
the
No,
lockout.
no. Fuck that shit. That's some no. I wouldn't have any interest in being a part of that, to be honest. That is just
Well, I'm just
what-
saying an
like
option.
we also could buy the achievement. We could
I'm
also
just
buy
saying
the
a fucking
achievement. Like,
option, dude.
I know it just doesn't mean anything to me. Like if we for whatever reason can't knock Silken Court over and we
I
run out
will
of
say,
time, like
I'm not concerned about time currently, right? So we get the
I am because it's only getting worse. It's not getting better.
We get the next raid buff next week, right? We have 2 more raid buffs after that, which means we have 4 weeks after Christmas till the raid buff is maxed. We have 5 weeks until
ring's maxed?
after Christmas until the ring is maxed. You have a pretty safe buffer of having at least 4 weeks at the past that point to like still play the tier, because otherwise then both of those items don't fucking matter. Well, the ring does because it carries forward, but the raid buff being at max cap does literally nothing then if the tier ends, a week or 2 after you get it.
Yeah. I mean, I have no problem with fucking skirting in.
It's also something to keep in mind. We're on I think we're only on like the fucking 13th week of the tier right now. 14th maybe? Where's the week calculator?
The calendar?
Well, you can put there's just
So,
a
like-
website you can put the
so
two
yeah,
fucking dates into.
By the week, like raid week schedule, we should have like 10 weeks left. But we're losing potentially 2 now, depending on how the first goes.
Yeah.
So we have 8 weeks. Like 8 weeks, so break that down to 16 raid days.
So this is the 13th week of the tier.
Next patch will probably be.
We have
they have
64
it.
raid hours. We have 64 raid hours to kill the rest of the raid, which is a lot. I'm not gonna say that that's not a lot of time.
When's 1.1 is tail end of winter, so
Probably March is
Yeah.
when point
Like
one
the
comes.
last week of February, the first week of March is the expected projected date.
no, maybe like mid March.
I don't have anything like hard
Regardless,
saying one or the other, but that's just a strong feeling.
Silken
pretty
Court
feel good pretty about
is
that.
good as dead, right? We just need 20 people to go in there and hit the boss. We're not like, oh, we got all the time in the world, but we're not anywhere close to where I'm going. We're cutting it close.
Well, so I guess more so my fear is not necessarily with explicitly the time or the difficulty. It's the how many more days are we gonna bin from people not showing up, and how many more people are we just going to wholesale lose? 'Cause
Pretty
for every
much.
person we lose, I have to find a replacement.
Well,
which
it's
is
the
annoying.
thing of is people don't really have an excuse coming back, right? So next full raid week would be what, January 7th?
Next full raid week, yeah.
Yeah, it would be January 7th. People don't have excuses past that point because you no longer have the. Because people do use holidays as an excuse for, like, I really just don't feel like doing it this week, right? Or,
I mean,
nobody here
excuse
is
or not,
stupid.
if fucking
Well, it's the thing of is.
if Husky just decides not to show up, we don't raid.
Why
Or
not?
you heal. Or
Oh,
you
Husky,
heal.
Well,
I
yeah,
like
that's
that, damn.
we still
I just had to
raid,
pick
but
a healer.
it's not
Good luck,
optimal,
Husky.
right? But it's the thing of is that, but it's if people are gonna be problematic, once again we zero tolerance. We don't have time for it in this tier, unfortunately. If you're gonna fuck around, be like, I don't really feel like raiding this Tuesday, so I'm just not gonna show up, and I'm not gonna let you know until like 30 minutes
3 hours
before
before raid, yeah.
fuck no. I got zero time for that shit.
I told you, I was like, hey, I'm gonna be there for raid. Look at my breaker.
Well, yeah,
Well,
shit
again,
like that happens.
Well, that's the
but,
point.
like,
Is for every person that has a legitimate concern or a legitimate problem, there's 5 people that are bitches that don't have a reason or don't care about other people's feelings. Like to be specifically, at least like the most recent example in my mind right now is Carmel. If you're done raiding for the tier because quote holidays, you don't have to fucking tell us the Tuesday of raid. You could have told us 2 weeks ago, A. You could have told us last Wednesday, hey, this is my last raid day. Like, I don't need 2 weeks fucking notice. This isn't a job, but like 2 weeks notice would have been great. I couldn't find a healer in 3 hours. I can find a healer in 2 weeks. I mean, well, the
it's
point is
because
that's
it
not
doesn't
the
have to
reason.
do with the holidays. Yeah, it's
That's
not
not the
because of
reason.
holidays.
They just decided that they were done raiding with us specifically, and they provided an excuse.
I'll say the same thing I said in officer chat when we were discussing it. It is a cop-out answer purely because if you couldn't raid for the holidays,
You would just call out, yeah.
At the point that Caramel called out, he would only have been missing 2 weeks of raid, right? Because he would have missed that current week and would have missed this week, and it's just don't. If you're done raiding and you don't want to raid, say that. Don't.
And provide
use
us
a
as much
cop-out
notice as
answer.
possible.
Yeah, it's the thing is like if you
Hey,
let us know Wednesday.
I'm done raiding. I don't want to raid.
Okay,
rest of the
thank
day.
you. I think I can actually. There was a Mistweaver I saw this morning, and I didn't want to.
You
so I
want
can message
so
them.
here, if you what's her name? This bitch that competed against me. I'm trying to remember her name. Cat Scratches or something. I think that was her name. If you see her and you tell me I want to place with her, that's how you get me to like do whatever.
5, 4,
bitch.
3, 2.
Nope.
She replaced you before?
Their name is Lazy Monk. They are from the same guild that, like, basically a guild blew up. A bunch of them posted in the recruitment Discord looking for new guilds. It is one of their
They're
healers.
fucking trash. You know what?
Hey, but will they show
Already.
up to raid? Because currently that's the line. That's the bar. Show up to raid. Keep people alive.
It's all we ask for is just like heads up. Is like the thing is if you're not having fun.
Because I don't think anyone here is fucking detrimental so much though that like they're gonna prevent us from getting CE. Showing up, this team gets CE. We put 20 people, like again that we currently have. If we pick up new people that suck, I'll let you know. But like, if everybody that we currently have that isn't a trial shows up, we will get CE. Period. Dot. All we have to do is get 20 people to show up for 8 hours for like the next fucking 4 or 5 weeks, starting either the 1st or the 7th, whichever comes first. Like if the 1st doesn't happen, we can get people to show up for 5 weeks without missing a single raid night of progression. We get CE.
It has this tier it has been the case, but in the past it was not always the case.
we had some pretty shit people. We had some pretty shit people in Avarice and Amir Drasil.
Thanks for the compliment, Oreo.
Frank, I wasn't talking
Yeah.
about you. You're
Thanks
still
for the
young.
compliment.
We have definitely had some people who could not get cutting edge in the guild before. That is very much true.
You mean like Goofy?
Oh, not even
Depends
that.
on the day.
It's fucking. I was gonna say, Canny is the first rogue that we've had that I'm like confident like this is a CE player that can play rogue.
Well, I mean,
every other one was like
anecdote. Not that we like
pain.
fucking. I don't know. We love to shit on people that
Sin's
shit on
easy.
us, but. Well, that's the point. Is so we had a rogue last tier that on Smolderon, refused to play sub rogue, even though it was the only rogue spec you could play,
You
and
could play Sin.
maybe
The sub was
after-
better, yes, on Smolderon.
Well,
Well,
so
that's
we were
the thing.
we were literally doing the math, and because again we don't make unfounded statements. I research everything. We research things. We
I
provide
still have a
feedback,
spreadsheet.
and so we basically figured out that like, what was it like? I mean, again, if you have the actual numbers, I'm just gonna throw some like fake numbers out there. It was like I think it was like an 80% thin rogue was equivalent to like a 10 or 20% sub rogue on that fight. So, if you were like just an outstanding, above average Sin Rogue, you could compete with the worst sub rogues, which is a margin of playability, right? But when we were doing some comparisons and suggesting that he play sub, we forgot that he was already a bad Sin Rogue. So when you take a bad Sin Rogue and make them a worse sub rogue, there are no levels of comparisons there. If you take a 15 to 20%er on Sin and you give them like a 1 to 2%er on sub, it is worse. But the floor was so low, we missed that in our initial calculations because he was already so bad at Sin.
I had updated the sheet at some point past that because we continued to smolder and prog after him. But there is because I had to go over the spreadsheet.
We also had to do the what was it, the poison debuff value?
Yeah, no, that's the sheet that I'm looking at right now. Is how much each raid brings, or how much each raid buff brought at the time. Like Battle Shout was roughly a 54k DPS increase across the raid. Right, Mark of the Wild with 3% versus 101,000 DPS across the raid. Right.
If we ever have to do math to if your raid buff is worth bringing, you know you're fucking bad.
Yeah, and it was the thing of is, if he could play Sen at like a 75th percentile, we just never I mean at that
We would
point,
never question it.
We wouldn't even ask him to swap because the thing is if you can play 75th percentile on Smolderon, you're doing like 230 240k DPS, which was more than you need to even kill the boss, considering the average on that fight's like fucking 215, 220. Right. Never would have thought about it. The problem is he was a Sen rogue that could only play Sen, and he played Sen at about a 29%.
3, 2.
I don't understand people playing this game just being god awful at it.
I don't know. It's weird.
Don't you want to get better?
How
don't you want to put in the effort to get better, or are you just okay being suboptimal?
Kinda, yeah.
The answer that people don't like is that sometimes they can't. They just legitimately hit a wall.
It's also it comes with excuses, is because he said I had the sheet tracked and it tracked everyone's like average of their 5 best last pulls in for the fight. And he's like, oh well, this isn't fair because I died because someone else killed me, which doesn't really happen on Smolderon, right? Like your life is your own thing. But so then I went, okay, fine, give me like 5 minutes to edit this real quick. Edited the sheet to only show active DPS while he was alive, and his active DPS while alive was like 80,000 DPS below the next person, and it was like 30k below the Augment Evoker DPS, which was back when Augment Evoker was completely broken on logs and wasn't reattributing like fucking anything. is the thing of when we make decisions, a lot of the times there is a lot of thought and effort that goes into making them to make sure that they are the correct decisions. We do miss things occasionally. It does happen, right? You got 20 to 25 moving objects at any time, right? Different puzzle pieces we need to work with. So things do get missed occasionally. But for the most part, when we're doing shit like this, we have a fair bit of, like, data and other things that go on for, like, why we bring certain people or why we don't.
Because you're fucking trash. Fucking trash.
For the memes, Bago, you're here for your weak
God,
auras.
I'm Bago. You'll remember this because you rated Demir. So this spreadsheet also includes 10s on his disc priest.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that.
Do you want to bring up Mythic Plus? I hate Mythic Plus. I absolutely hate Mythic Plus. But you gotta fucking do it to get your stupid gear. I fucking hate Mythic Plus. It's not fun.
Oh yeah,
I
very
don't
much in
enjoy
that
it.
boat, but it's like a you have to kind of thing. Like it. I mean, I guess. I mean, everyone. Like, you had to do stupid island farms before, or you had to do stupid PvP to get your essence, or you had to do whatever. Like, there's always something you don't necessarily want to do the things you do want to do, and at our level, it's like there's always heroic raid or early mythic only. Like, you could be a first 4 Andy if you don't want to do mythic plus ever, and maybe some guild would be interested in that. I don't necessarily know of any specifically, but I also don't know guilds that are like. The only guilds that I know that are like confident and happy with first 4 Andes are like guilds that only aim to do heroic and some mythic. So any mythic boss is a win in their book. Like their their technical only express written goal is AOTC.
I was in one of those, and it was odd seeing like, okay, it's like what is it? It was like almost the end of the expansion, and they only got killed 2 mythic bosses. And they had just killed the second mythic boss. I'm just like, wow, this is fucking boring as shit.
Yep.
How do you enjoy this? It's heroic.
Mythic has always been like the actual like heroine of WoW, I guess. I don't know, like harder direction, but like where it's like, oh man, I just can't go back. It's just so fucking boring and easy compared to mythic raiding, and nothing matters, which is worse because like I want things to matter. I want the things that I do to matter. I want the fact that I do mythic plus and I do whatever to matter. And you hit that point where you're like, if you're 635 fucking item level, like you can just fucking step on people that are 5, 6, 7 item levels below you. Most of the time, not all the time, but like walk into like a heroic pug and like on my stupid fucking 623 boomkin just like gapping people on their mains.
You've weakened the commander and cleansed my home. Thank you. They've taken the inn as a foothold, and a lieutenant leads them.
And you hit a point where like you don't have to do mythic plus anymore. You're just not there yet. And obviously doing them with the guild in the beginning of the season is so much easier. Right, when everyone's running them, but like if everyone's done with the farming but you, then it sucks, because then it is on you to do them by yourself, and maybe some nice individuals will help you like on an altar somewhere.
We had a lot of participation. We had 2 party groups constantly rolling for like 3 weeks, doing these with different comps. It wasn't like pre-made group that was constantly the same.
Yeah.
And we were lacking healers, actually.
Healers
For some
were
reason,
absolutely...
SAG
SAG doesn't heal
DPS.
keys, so wasn't healing keys, but...
Oh, like Carmel was here, Goofy.
Yeah, Carmel, Goofy, and SAG were all
and
doing
Husky.
keys.
It's just we were like swapping around. Someone is offline, someone offline. I think at most there was lack of...
I was gonna say, ironically, I
skill?
don't think tanks weren't a problem for some reason. I don't remember tanks
Oh,
being a
Frank was
problem.
covering
Yeah,
the
Frank
other groups, tanking.
tanks.
I think
Oreo,
for
if he
most
twists
part,
his nipples.
We've weakened the Nerubians' foothold on the town.
The XP
It's
wasn't
the idea of like,
doing
well,
keys.
so
Goofy, where are we going?
I don't know if I've spoken
I'll
about
message
this,
you a siege.
Thanks.
in a while, but like I like try and draw comparisons of like things not to do to like my old CE guild, and it's because they were very good at getting CE and very bad at everything else. And I try to basically, my goal is to get us to that point, but without hating people, and especially each other, I guess more specifically, we can hate other people, but also like so that we provide value, I guess, and like I guess that's all. Just we like each other. Because I was a number in that guild. Everyone it was a number in that guild. Like it was very clear. Like part of the recruitment process was like, I don't give a fuck about you or anything. All I care about is if you show up to raid and do numbers. And if I find somebody tomorrow that does more numbers and also shows up to raid, you're gone. And like zero like flexibility in that department. Just like show up, do your job, go home, and they were successful. We got cutting edge twice in a row. But like, it's also an expansion where like you had to play the game 24/7 to be competitive in that regard. So that burned people out, and we just like completely fell apart. But also because we had no specific ties to each other, right? Like, if you could just be a number and just show up to a different guild that could do faster
Tagging it's
progression.
your key, by the way.
But one of the
Oh,
things
is
they
it?
did,
We pulled.
they assigned Mythic Plus groups. That was a thing that before the raid even came out, because most of the Mythic Plusing was done in the early weeks for gearing, you got fucking handed. These are your Mythic Plus people. You will do them with them on your own time. Work it out like fucking group projects in school. Like, this is your 5 people. You will run dungeons with these 5 people, especially like for like armor stacks. Like for the first tier of the expansion, that was a big deal. They were like, okay, we have the leather daddies, like, that's the group. Like, 5 leather people, leather healer, leather tank, leather DPS, you're gonna run dungeons with I don't care if you do more dungeons outside, you will do at least 8 dungeons with this group of people. Every week. And that shit was just fucking, like, you weren't around to do your dungeons? Oh, like,
What was their world rank?
Not great. But
Yeah, that's
I
some
think
like 500 plus shit.
it was not. Yeah, like I said, we also
That
burned
sounds
out
like
very quickly. Well, like I said,
100
they weren't like nice about it. The point was that they like that was a thing though. I had an assigned mythic, but it also worked, and I guess like part of the reasoning was because plugging Mythic Plus is not an equivalent experience. Like, as a mage, I get fucking handed keys. Like, people are like stroking me off. Please come to my key, Mr. Mage. Like, but then you get on like a bad Mythic Plus cast and they like spit on your face. Like, oh, what? You're trying to play warrior in my key? Like, yeah, they fucking hawk to it right down your throat. Not even like the good
No, you
shit.
just play Prog.
Well, that's the point though. So like, I played a Shadow Priest back then. No, Warlock. I played a Warlock back then, and Warlocks were fucking dog in Mythic Plus. Like hard carry. No bad. Don't get brought. Also, because Affliction was the primary spec and it was dot damage, so like, whatever. But it was also back when melee were the only classes you brought, so like being ranged in general was troll in Mythic Plus. It's kind of swapped now. I don't know, but. So
You
I
need
was.
to record your hook and make it sound.
You gotta make a Discord emote for my Haktua. But yeah, like I got brought to a group. Like I got my keys done because I had a guild group that had to run with me. But also, it was like the first level of like, if something was happening, or if somebody like, if it was like, I don't know, like fucking Frank and Husky are running keys and they're like, hey man, fucking this Oreo guy sucks ass. Like, we are not timing fucking keys because this guy cannot fucking play the game. Like, it's almost like the first level of like, not that the keys are equivalent to Mythic rating whatsoever, but like, if there's somebody you don't want to run keys with, that's like a problem. Like, you should want to run keys with everybody in the guild, and if you don't, then why are they here?
Only the strong.
So that was like the first.
Survive.
That was the first level of like if you were potentially gonna get dropped, it would be your fucking Mythic Plus group would like report you.
Used to be like my guild.
I hate this
Two,
ability.
we were the best 2-night guild for 3 expansions. We were just good.
What guild?
That was it.
You beat Nation? Nation's a 2-night guild.
This was all the way back in like WOD.
Dodge.
Yeah. So, things that like it was successful. People definitely did their keys when you like literally had to. I guess of like because you had 4 people waiting to do their keys because they didn't want to get in trouble for not doing their keys, like their guild keys at least. Like if you weren't around or whatever, and like if your schedule was like too conflicting or whatever with the like fucking gone. Like we drop people on like fucking CE on the last boss. I remember that very distinctly. We had a fucking warrior that we were like too many pulls into P3 wipes.
Oh, we missed the bomb.
Missed 2.
And
Shit. That's
too many pulls into P3 wipes, and we just basically like did an assessment of like who is the most often person to like be the cause of a wipe over like the last 2 weeks, and they just fucking kicked him from the guild.
Dodge.
Like, nope, fuck you. Next. Oh, we need to replace somebody. Just fucking type in trade chat. 7 out of 8 Mythic guild looking for fucking whatever. Like on, like within kill distance.
Dodge.
We are consistently hitting P3, like PSC. And after we got C the first time, they replaced a bunch of people that had gotten C with them because they didn't fucking care, and then we killed it much faster that time. Like, we literally barely got C the first time. We killed it on an extra raid day. It was the last week of the tier, so like, you know how the patch comes out, but there's no new, no new raid? It was that week. Where it was technically 8.1, but you could still get cutting edge. And then we didn't kill it on our second raid day, so we voted for a third raid day, and we vote like Sunday.
Empowered.
Just figured I'd let you know.
What?
Zemio left the call.
I'm talking to everybody. Rick cares.
Everyone leave?
Everybody leave?
Everyone leave the call.
Dodge.
That's a nice documentary.
But yeah, it's the
a night podcast.
I've just heard this story about 5 million times.
I know you have. I just didn't know if everybody else had.
Duna, you have any other stories? Any Christmas stories?
Christmas stories?
Yeah. It's
No.
almost Christmas.
I was gonna say, I already told the story. That's another one of my better stories. That was from Nathria though. The guy that failed his trial because he pissed off the officer and then just came back under a different character like 2 weeks later or a week later, and everybody pretended like it was a whole new person. They're like, no. We kicked EVP from the guild. This is Oreo.
Oh god, that fucking one.
It wasn't you, but that's that. It was actually the guy's name was Tactus. He's still in beard. Good guy.
Orbs. We missed orbs.
No.
Yeah, when my guild blew up at the middle of, I say middle, but it was actually like technically very early in that patch because that patch lasted like 9 months. But like Nathria, we killed Sludge Fist. Died of Sludge? I don't remember. I think I killed Sludge Fist. And then guild blew up because we're like, oh, this is probably going to be like, you know, a 25-week tier. We're not even on the last boss yet. We just disbanded as a guild. Little did we know that was going to be like a 35-week tier or 40-week tier. So we absolutely would have gotten CE if we just didn't disband.
It was December until like the middle of July.
Like, I was going to say, it was because we broke up in like February
What,
Yeah.
Nathria?
Yeah.
Yeah, 9.1 was, I think, July 7th.
It was like the longest fucking first patch in like the game's history almost. Oh yeah, there's probably a quest for me to start the stupid zone, right? I gotta do that. Where do I start the new zone?
Warnagal.
It's the purple
Oh,
quest.
Expedition awaits. With the ease of gearing at like the end of this season, I think I'm gonna be a 2-2 Nandy. Maybe 3, we'll see.
I have an extended supply of goods for Outlanders.
What happened with the story time?
I didn't think of more stories to tell.
Zemio left.
We didn't want to.
You tell us the night before Christmas.
Not the night before Christmas.
What was your honeymoon / wedding? Hopefully good.
That was pretty good, yeah. I had fun. We had fun.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
Congrats.
Yeah, it was kind of a secret. We didn't tell anybody. Well, she doesn't really have a big family, so she didn't want a big wedding anyway, but so it was just her and I in the middle of the woods with a photographer / officiant.
Yo, I'm getting Twilight vibes right now.
Nope, I don't sparkle, and I don't think she does either.
That's a cheap ass wedding, and it sounds like a wedding I want.
Well, that was exactly the point. And then we spent not even all the money we wanted to on a honeymoon necessarily, because we didn't have enough like vacation time yet. We just bought a house, so instead of like having like a full honeymoon that we had planned on, we just had a little mini honeymoon. That's why I was only gone for like 5-6 days. And then we're planning to do like a real one next year. We're thinking like Hawaii or something.
Nice. That's what we ended up doing. We just saved a little bit more time banked and obviously funds, and we did just like a small elopement in over here in the east. No, sorry, West Coast, and then we ended up going to Europe for 3 weeks.
He really wants to go to England. I don't know how I feel about England specifically. Of like all the European countries, probably the one I want to go to the least, but I guess it's the ones that don't like suck.
If I go to Europe, I feel like I'd go to like many countries.
I'd
Not
go
just
to
one.
Britain, but that's because they have one of the largest tank museums.
Yeah, but how many of it is like just available on the War Thunder forums?
All of it's actually it's sponsored by World of Tanks.
Hey, really?
The main
Yes.
problem.
Museum.
Yeah,
with
I'm not joking. It
Britain,
is actually.
That's funny.
You gotta eat British food, and that's.
I
an
did have
actual war
British ice
crime.
cream at the Harry Potter place, and one of them was questionable.
Like, is it butterbeer ice cream?
No, the butterbeer ice cream was good. It was clotted cream.
Ugh.
Yeah, it sounds way worse than it tastes, but it also doesn't taste very good.
Clotted. They're just
Well,
unappeasing.
I mean, it's just like a very British description of like, it's like sour whipped cream, so it's kind of like sweeter, sour cream. But why would you make a sour cream tasting ice cream? Nobody
Why is
really
it
had
clotted?
like. Well, I think that's like the sour part. Like, I don't know.
Beans and toast is like their national food. Their food's awesome.
Yeah, my wife had sticky toffee pudding and strawberry peanut butter.
Didn't the Brits come up with the fucking toast sandwich? Wasn't that
Toast
their thing?
sandwich? They didn't invent bread.
It's no, but like it is a sandwich where you toast, right? You get a piece of toast and you put it between two pieces of bread, and that's the sandwich.
Oh,
I mean, that just sounds like
that
poor
sounds
people food.
Yeah.
The socialist dream.
That's actually something I learned.
That was during the Blitz.
Half the shit that I learned my grandmother likes is just like fucking World War II shit. Well, it's like, so I didn't learn about it till later, but I was like, why? Like, nope. Who thought of fucking like ketchup on mac and cheese? Apparently, it was like a common thing to like spice up your fucking bland ass mac and cheese during the war.
My mom always put peanut butter on ice cream, and I thought, oh man, that's disgusting.
That's good. What the fuck?
I absolutely love peanut butter ice cream.
That's actually like a topping at ice cream places.
Yeah.
Like if
She
you want
was,
a sundae.
yeah, but it wasn't back then. She was like way ahead of her time. It's like, what the
She's
hell?
a pioneer for peanut butter
It's
ice
like-
cream.
Nowhere, and I say nowhere, I really would like a comparative example of like, you're like, hey man, can I get this mac and cheese with some fucking ketchup on it? Like, I guess you can always just do that, but it's not like a listed option. Like, I've been to some mac and cheese bars in my day, and they've never listed fucking.
I mean, I guess that's
ketchup
kind of
as
like
an
dipping your grilled cheese in tomato soup.
I guess, yeah, in a way. I do like tomato soup. though.
Trash.
Completely different
Tastes
consistency.
like ass.
Hot
Big-
take: tomatoes bad.
What?
What?
Bro, if I want to eat something that tastes like dirt, I'll just eat dirt.
Dirt.
Is that
So
only
just eat a
because your
potato. What?
entire?
Frank, we can skip these. What the fuck?
No, I think it's because his
No.
only. The only tomatoes he's
damn it,
ever
Frank,
had
you
are
killed
like
us all.
the zero flavor ones that Wendy's has, like the hot house tomatoes that just taste like wet.
Wendy's.
God damn it.
That makes sense. Fast food worker.
I always get.
Yeah, the hot house tomatoes just taste like wet. They don't have a flavor to them.
That's true.
It's just like, hey, you want your burger wet?
Want a gritty, fucking soggy ass tomato slice? Sure.
I can't believe people eat pickles.
What?
Also,
So many
I
bad
just like
taste in this
pickles,
guild.
but I
War
know why
crime.
people like pickles.
What?
I like
Y'all are
cucumbers.
weirdos. Olives are fucking disgusting.
That is true.
I will say, before you question
taste
any
weird.
of my food tastes, you should know something, that I have an index for how well the economy is currently doing.
Oh.
As a
By how
McDonald's
many
guy.
people come
So
to your
people know-
drive-through with or without cars?
No. Duna knows this because we went over this because he thinks that you thought this was fucking hilarious the first time I told you. It's the
stripper index.
No, the Cheeto price index. So it's how much does a single bag of a standard hot Cheetos Lyman cost at a store? What's the bag? What's the price printed on the bag? Right.
Did you say lime?
Yes. If you
Wait.
eat just regular hot Cheetos, you need some help.
If you eat
mentally.
hot Cheetos at all,
Fries.
I actually like hot.
You
That's the only Cheetos I like.
Put the jalapeno ones are also pretty good.
They're not hot though.
No, they're not. But it's the thing of it's the Cheeto price index. That consumer price index, that's just some big government bullshit. Don't listen to that. But I can tell how well the economy's doing by the price of a bag of chips. It's kind of shit right now, not gonna lie.
Feet.
the economy. Oh, okay.
Feet.
So my wife and I were like going through like old photos that we from our first trip to Universal, and we were gonna like recreate them because it's been 3 years now since we went the first time. And one of the things we wanted to recreate, and I was really interested, was so there's a place on their like Universal, like in their shopping plaza thing, where it's called Voodoo Donut. It's just like a fucking fancy donut place.
Oh yeah, Voodoo.
And they're like super special donut, whatever. They sell, or they at least I guess potentially used to sell, donuts by the coffin, and it was like $150 3 years ago, and I was like, oh man, I wonder what the donut inflation is like. And so the coffin was on the menu, but it didn't have a price next to it. It was just like fucking X'd out. Like I was like, oh, like has donut inflation hit so hard they can't afford to sell you a coffin anymore?
Yeah, but Voodoo like sells out of donuts every day,
Constantly,
so
yeah. Maybe it's like they've gotten too popular now. They can't
Yeah.
afford to give some one person that many donuts.
people go wait in line for hours for that shit.
I mean, we waited 15 minutes for donuts, which is something I can't say of any other like fucking donut establishment. There was a line out the door. Like we went obviously like after the parks closed, so like everybody was there because the restaurant hadn't closed yet. They closed at like midnight or some shit. But it was like 9:30 p.m. and there was a line out the door of the donut shop.
Yeah, I think there's always a line.
Which Universal do you go to? The one in California or Florida?
No, Florida. I don't go to California on purpose.
Wow.
The fact that you would willingly go to Florida.
Well,
does say
Orlando's
something.
kind of its own thing. I agree with you. Like Orlando, Florida is almost like this weird microcosm where they pretend they're not Florida.
It's very bad.
I'm gonna tell you something, dude. Orlando, Florida is just LA.
No, it's not. I didn't see a single homeless person there, and I only saw homeless
Are we
people
resetting
when
the
I was
boss,
in
or are we
LA.
going with this?
What's your
Where the fuck were you in LA?
For my
Oh, I
Digi
can reset.
tournament.
You're right.
Well, no, I meant what part of LA, because depending on what
The
part of LA
convention center?
was. Oh.
The convention center and the
okay.
closest hotel
Yeah,
to the convention
yeah,
center.
Yeah.
It was well, also, so this is something I don't necessarily blame LA for specifically. It was just my first experience with it, and I didn't like it at all. Because I kind of correlated the two. But the hotel did not have a front desk attendant. It had a fucking drone. And no, I'm
Like a flying drone?
No. Like it was just a fucking monitor with a
or
guy
like a
working from
robot?
home.
Yeah.
So the guy or working from yeah, like I walk into the front door of this hotel, and it's a hotel with an H, not a motel. Not a terribly large one because it's in like downtown LA, and it wasn't the cheapest one. It was just the fucking closest one. It wasn't, I don't know. And there's fucking, the lobby is devoid of people. It's empty, except for a fucking screen with a guy just like typing. Like it's just a monitor. Like, and you walk up to the fucking monitor, and you press the button, and it like wakes him up or whatever, and it's a person like just with a fucking webcam, and he's like, hi, and you're like, I'd like to check in, and he's like, okay, can you fucking insert your fucking confirmation into my fucking slot?
Oh shit.
And
Did he moan?
you like, you just scan it, and he's like, okay, I'm getting your confirmation.
Broken, Goofy.
He's like, okay, you wanted a fucking one queen bed for 2 nights? Okay, cool. Printing your fucking, and then he spits out your little room key out of his other slot.
His butt
And it was
slot.
just-
Giggity.
But the thing that I correlated it with, because also the area was way rougher than I thought it was gonna be, and also it was just completely, I was like, is this so that this guy doesn't get robbed and or killed on the job? All they can do is break his little monitor?
It's the problem with LA is LA itself is
It's also super expensive to live in.
pretty bad.
I mean, I saw like the literal tent city, like just on. It was like the first thing I saw was like leaving the airport. It was palm trees and tents.
Yeah, LA itself is pretty bad.
I did not leave like the centerist of center of LA. As far as I understand it. Like.
You're gonna have a bad experience with LA. That's
And
all
I
you're
was
doing.
like by myself, not explicitly. Like I wasn't actually by myself because I went with some people that I know from like my local card stores, and like the guy that I did my podcast with, like, but he came from a different area of the country, so like we just met up in LA. But like,
Goofy, did you see my message?
I did not. What happened?
I'm completely broken.
There's hammers in the GB.
Hold on.
Yeah, we're in a fight.
I dropped the repair hammer.
I don't think I can repair during, can I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Where is it?
It's in the water next to your pets.
The water next to my pet. Oh, there it is. No, that's not it. Thought.
Dodge. Watch your step.
I'm trying to find my hotel. I don't remember, because I want to say it wasn't really close to Koreatown.
Find shelter. You're a
Koreatown?
Yeah, it was Korean. It wasn't Chinese. Like, so much so, I sent a picture to my buddy. The KFC sign was in Korean. Like, there was a KFC in Koreatown, and this, like, the big billboard sign was just Korean lettering. And I sent it to him because he loves KFC. It's his favorite American food. And I was like, do you live here? And he was like, no, but I've been there.
This fucking tank is trying to kill this fucking key.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Frank, what the fuck?
Not Frank.
Yeah, why Frank? Why do this?
Yeah, Frank, why do you
Bad
keep killing
Frank.
me with Expel? Like, come on.
Is this it? I feel like this is it. But
well, there's like
100 hotels
I
and
was
like
gonna say,
really
I've
close.
only been to the LA Convention Center like fucking once. There's like 2 that are like fucking right next to the convention center, and
Well-
then there's a bunch just spread
So
around that area.
it wasn't. I got fucking like scammed / lied to because so the guy. It actually ended up becoming like the catalyst for our falling out, but I thought he had picked because when we were deciding to do this, he was like, we were like, hey, like a couple of us, we can all just stay at the same hotel. We'll all get our own rooms because I don't know you. You're just because I talked to you online doesn't mean like I know you. Never met you before. I'm not gonna fly across the country by myself and split a room with you. So
Pussy.
Especially in Los Angeles now, I know. I was like, no, we just all stay in the same hotel and we can like meet up at someone's room and like run some like fucking tests or whatever. Like, we were staying there for the national finals of the card game, so like we all had like. Yeah, you have an invitation to the Digimon National Finals in LA? Oh. Why you...
Oh,
what?
Lord.
Fuck DJ. DJ and his weird...
Oh, Bago, nothing good ever comes from Vegas on holidays. That is a fucking terrible combo.
Okay, so I think this is it. The outside doesn't really ring a bell to me, but I also remember it was like... so I think it was a Holiday Inn Express in downtown LA.
Okay, that narrows it down to like 17 different locations.
I know. Well, that's also part of it. So I thought we were picking the closest one. So he gave me like
I agree to those.
The name of the restaurant or the name of the hotel that he had made his comfort, because he like did the research, and I was like just tell me where you think we should go. I've never been there before, and he'd at least been there before, and he picked it, and I assumed it was like, you know, relatively quick, because like you have to consider like travel distance and travel fees of like, if you get it too far away, you can't walk to the fucking convention center. Not that you necessarily want to walk there anyway, but like, he did, but he stayed at not like, so I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express that is like, I don't know, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks away, and then he stayed at one that was like 9 or 10 blocks away.
Yeah,
that was
not
like
too bad.
$20 cheaper a night, but I didn't find that out until I got there. He like just said Holiday Inn Express, and I was like, okay, we're picking the one the closest to the, okay, that one, sure. Literally made the reservation and everything, and fucking text, hey, I'll meet you in the lobby. I get to the fucking sketchy empty lobby with just fucking Monitor Boy, and he's like, okay, I'm here, and I'm like, no, you're not. And he's like, yeah, I am. Where are you? I'm like, I'm in the lobby, and he's like, at this address, and I'm like, nope, you're fucking 2 blocks away from me, motherfucker. What the fuck? He was like, oh, this one was cheaper. And I'm like, that's not what we had agreed upon. And also, it was cheaper because they didn't have a continental breakfast, and cheap fucker he gave me like a Ziploc bag and wanted me to put some bagels from my continental breakfast in a Ziploc baggie to give him at the tournament so that he could eat breakfast. And I said, hell to the no. I'm not giving you food on principle, because now you and the other guy, because they were rooming together because they were that cheap, but they were rooming together at this other hotel. So now 2 out of the 3 people of the group were at one hotel and I was at the other. So like either I had to like go hang out with them at their hotel and then like Uber back late at night, or like, because they're not going to come hang out at my hotel if they're both there. And then they kept picking all the fucking food places like closer to theirs, not mine. So like it was always harder for me to get to them, and it like took me longer. It really kind of ruined the whole trip, to be honest.
Man, I'm really sad that your story didn't end up being because if you're looking at a map, if you're looking at like Google Maps, right? This is the thing that people don't realize about LA's, from the top end of LA, like Santa Clarita, to the bottom end of Orange County, which is.
I mean, it was all within like relatively a close distance.
Well, it's the thing is,
Zero,
when
get
you're
up to the
looking at it
ground.
on Google Maps, the gap between like the top of LA County and the bottom of Orange County is like 40 miles. It's not a huge area, right? Like in terms of like space getting there, it just takes fucking forever because there's like 20 million people down here. I'm really sad that you didn't say he fucking went to the Holiday Inn Express that is off the 5, because there's one right off the 5 in Buena Park. That's like fucking, it's like a 30-minute walk from the LA Convention Center.
Well,
but if you're
we
looking
had
at Google
Uber.
Maps,
We had to Uber.
Well,
Period.
but
Dot. I was pissed.
Yeah, because like if you're looking at Google Maps, like, oh, this is pretty close. This looks pretty close, but it's like, it's close if you live in like North Carolina. It's super far for Southern California.
From the Midwest.
Exactly. Well, yeah, because you look, LA is
10-hour drive. Don't
I
worry
will
about
say
it.
the entirety of LA is smaller than Digby's cornfield.
Damn.
'Cause
these
I know
are
we
big.
did a lot of eating like really, really close to the convention center. Like we didn't really walk super far. But I was like, okay, yeah, it was the closest. I picked this the closest one, the Holiday Inn Express or whatever. To the I've stayed at that brand of hotel. Like I'm aware of it, and then I get there and like it was literally just nobody in the lobby and just a fucking computer. I'm like, I'm the only live person. If somebody wanted to come in and shake,
Dodge.
kind of. So not really, but for California, yes. Like they made us wear masks at the tournament the whole time, which he didn't like.
So this was post-COVID then.
It was
right?
post-COVID.
Okay,
It was
then yeah, that makes sense for the having fucking robot man be there. So
It also
I
he
didn't-
wasn't he didn't like he wasn't this wasn't like an outsourcing thing either. I mean if he like lived somewhere that was far away, it was at least like still in America somewhere.
Well, it came down to because state had some weird fucky-wucky regulations in regards to like if you can do it from home reasonably, like you were supposed to do it from home. So major hotel chains like a Holiday Express or something like that would just do what they did with the like, oh, you're in a video conference.
Like I said, like I don't even know necessarily if like it had anything to do, like if having to do with COVID made more sense, but it just doubled down on my fear of that like this is such a rough area, like nobody will actually sit at this front desk because they're just constantly at risk of getting like
no,
robbed
it's not
or mugged or something.
It's not downtown LA isn't like that
Well,
bad.
I was accosted on the street. I have a lot of stories from that weekend. I was accosted on the street, so like I was leaving the convention center one night, and
It lasted a little longer.
I was going back to my hotel, so I was in like the fucking Uber pickup area, and I like the Uber thing said like, oh, your driver's like basically there, like, and so I was like, okay, like I like to be a courteous person, so like I was in the convention center up until the point where it basically said like my driver is outside. Like, okay,
please.
I walk out to the curb, and there's another guy standing there, and it was like relevant, unfortunately, like a Hispanic man in a like orange like safety vest and a like he was homeless, and I'm standing there, and I'm looking at my phone. I have my little my Digimon backpack on it, so it's not an actual Digimon backpack, it's just my card game backpack, so it's like just my backpack with like my sleeves, my cards, my trade binder, whatever, like stuff I need to play the card game.
Dodge.
And I'm standing there and I watched the guy like on my phone and in real life just like drive by, like he like didn't see me or like saw the other guy and assumed that I wasn't there or whatever. It was like I gotta pull another lap.
No, sir.
So like he like drove out and then like went around the block, but of course it's LA, so like one-way street to it. It's like New York, so you can't just like turn around, like, so it's like it went from like, oh, he's there to like he'll be there in like 5 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever. And now I'm standing there with this guy, and oh, relevant, I had the leftovers of my like food that I had gotten like delivered, but it was like it's like some tacos or some shit. Like I just ordered from a local place that like I didn't even eat all, but I wanted to save it because there was enough of it left that I was probably gonna eat it for like breakfast tomorrow or something like that. Throw in the microwave in the hotel. And I'm standing there, and then like looking at my phone, looking at like the car or whatever. I'm like waiting, and then like it was like long enough time period where the guy's like, "Hey, what you got there?" And I was like, "Food." He's like, "Oh, is it good? Can I have some?" And I was like, "No, sorry, like it's my food. Like I had enough of it. I didn't want to throw it out. I might eat it tomorrow." Like he's like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "You're not gonna give me any?" And I'm like, "No, sorry. Like there's not really like it doesn't really like work like that. Like can't you use some like?" And he's like, "You seem pretty nervous. Are you nervous?" And I'm like, I mean, it's just the two of us on this fucking street. Like, it's dark. I'm just like, waiting for my ride, trying to go back to my hotel. He's like, "Can I come?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think the monitor guy would like that." Like, what? He's like talking to me.
Rookie mistake. You were not. So,
Don't talk.
engaging. Period. Yeah.
Well,
I
first
was.
of all, yeah, that's the thing is a lot of the times it's because generally when they start asking questions, it's generally never ends well. So it's better to just not deal with it. Problem is if you're because right, a lot of them get around by like people being a bit nervous around them and just be like, okay, like here, take it or take this because
That's what. Yeah. I guess I was trying not to do that,
there's
but I
a
was
bunch-
also. I was like, I had to have my phone out and in my hand because of the fucking Uber. So I'm like, oh, here we go. He's gonna fucking take my phone or my wallet or whatever, like my backpack, and like he doesn't need any of this shit in my bag. He has no. There's basically zero value in this, A, because it's a stupid card game that nobody plays, but also it's cards that like are not easy to like. It's not like inherent monetary value. It's not like I'm like a fucking like poker player and I have cash around me or whatever. It's like, but it's just that like it was like just an awkward amount of time, and then he was like why are you nervous? And I was like, oh, it's because, and I was like whatever, and he's like is it because I'm Hispanic? Or he's like, am I Mexican? And I'm like, no. And he's like, it's because I'm Mexican, isn't it? You don't like brown people. And I was like, no, that is nothing to, like, I'm just trying to get to my fucking hotel, man. Like, I'm like, I'm here.
Just trying to.
And he's like, and again, there's only two people here, like on the street, like nowhere, anywhere, like looking around. It's like night-ish, like 7. It was dark, like because it was January, but it wasn't like the middle of the night. And then, so now he's like, hey, he's just screaming at the top of his lungs, hey, this guy is racist. He doesn't like brown people. Just screaming. And I'm just standing there with my fucking food and my little fucking takeout.
Oh shit, that's fucking.
He's just screaming, hey, this guy hates brown people.
He's just trying. He's trying to get you to give him something, so he shuts
I know.
the fuck up.
And then like I'm like fucking looking. I'm like pacing back and forth now, and he's like not like getting any closer to me, but he's not getting any further away, and he's just like screaming level. He's like, oh, this guy hates Mexicans. Hey, fuck you, man. Blah blah. Blah. And then Uber just pulls right up right in front of me, and like I don't even think I just like step forward, open the door, close the door, and he's like, oh, I'm like, yep, and he just goes away, and I'm like, oh, I was like, thank you. And he's like, was that guy bothering you? And I was like, yeah. He was fucking screaming, like, because the guy heard him when I opened the door, because he was like, oh, hey, where are you going? Hey, racist. Just fucking, like, you hate brown people. I was like, oh my god, bro. Because again, like, I didn't know when it was going to go from him being, like, annoyed to, like, aggressive, or, like, oh, now that you're racist, like, give me your phone. Like, he's like, fucking straight up mug me or something.
Oh,
like, god damn it.
So you do run into the issue. That does happen. Albeit very rarely.
It's like, I felt like he was hyping himself up to justify doing something, you know?
Well, the problem is the police, at least in Southern California, don't really take too kindly to the homeless people. And anytime there's any form of dispute whatsoever, it typically goes not in their favor. So if homeboy like starts swinging and gets his ass swung back on, right? Cops show up obviously, because that whole deal is typically how those end.
I could at least tell you in that moment he would have won.
it.
At least in that moment, I got a fucking Digimon backpack on. I've been playing goddamn anime card games all day.
Never mind.
Like, I'm
But
not in a
it's-
position to like fucking square up on somebody.
No, I know, but regardless, most of them won't actually do anything. They're trying to call your bluff because.
Well, again, because like the last thing I was like, because
how they
and
do shit.
I did draw a line at least in my head of like, I'm not gonna die over this fucking like leftover Mexican food or tacos or whatever I had, but I was like, it was enough food. I didn't want to throw it out, and I made an objective decision to fucking get up from the convention center, put it like fucking carry it to the curb. I've been like holding on to it for like half an hour. It gets cold. It's like, you don't want this, and I don't want you to to have this, and also fuck you for being here. And then, like I said, because also what had happened, which was, of course, like I kind of mostly blamed him, but the other guy, the guy that I did the podcast with, was supposed to come with me to do something, but he was like, "Oh, I just left." Like, what do you mean you just left? Like, we've been going everywhere together. Like, well, he's like, "Oh, well, we didn't Uber to the convention center this morning together." I'm like, "That's because we're in different fucking hotels, idiot." Like, I don't know. I've met some like unsufferable people in my life, but I didn't realize how bad he was. And like again, like not like fucking walking a mile in my own shoes. We were both there for a competitive children's anime card game. Like, not even like a good card game where there's like any stakes on the line. It's not Magic, it's not Pokemon, maybe even Yu-Gi-Oh! Not that anyone thinks those people are cool. It's below that at a national tournament. He's from like fucking Minnesota or something. And like, but he was just borderline like level of like so autistic he's non-functional. Like, it was, I didn't realize just how unsociable he was, or like how, I guess, what's the term, like
Socially inept or something?
how socially inept he was. Like something I know I do a lot too, because of, I'm not the smoothest fucking cracker. Like,
Oh,
fucking
racist.
This guy's racist.
Confirmed.
I'm white, by the
No, like,
way.
I talk too loud sometimes. I do it in my house all the time. But he was just screaming constantly. And it was just, I was embarrassed to be seen with him everywhere.
Stop marking me!
I was embarrassed to be seen with him literally everywhere. But, so yeah, homeboy fucking leaves me at the convention center because he's like, "Oh, we were going to dinner, so I got an Uber and I left." And I'm like, why? Why would you do that? Why wouldn't we go together? So he's like, "Just get an Uber and join me." And I was like, "Okay, sure." And then I get like near assaulted. And then I didn't even go. I just fucking went back to my hotel. He was like,
your issue with LA, as much as I hate LA myself.
"Oh yeah, he had a lot to do with it."
I was gonna say, it seems like you're more taking.
Like I said, I legitimately like, he and I spoke for over a year as part of our like competitive card game little team that somebody else that had formed. Like, basically, and it's something that I thought was cool, and I was
So
like,
close. Jesus.
Like, because I'd always heard of stories of like, and I guess I kind of got a little bit of that incidentally, but like, there's a story from earlier days in Magic, but like, there was a guy who had never played in a Magic tournament ever, and he plays, and I think it was like Modern, or I guess some context, like it was like a Modern tournament in Magic, and him and his buddies had played Magic for a while, and like he went to his local card store and he played Modern, but like he'd never participated in anything like big, and then like, so him and his buddies are like, "No, like we should go to like a real Magic tournament, like we should try and get on the Pro Tour or whatever, like go to like a GPT or whatever, like, let's just see it, fun, whatever." And they both go to this tournament, and having neither of them ever participated in organized tournaments of any kind before, they both not only make it to like past the elimination round, but they make it to the finals. They literally play each other in the final round of the tournament. And when asked, they're like, "Oh man, like how did you know, like how did you build this deck? What were your choices made, and like how did you know to do this in this situation?" And he was like, "My friend and I just play each other all the time, and like I got really good at beating him, and everybody I played at this tournament was worse than him. So incidentally, I got really good at playing Magic without knowing it because it was never in like an official capacity or whatever." And they both went on to join the Pro Tour of Magic. Like, and they had kind of used, like, that had been something that they mentioned as like part of their success story of like, I didn't like especially practice super hard. I literally just played against my buddy, but my buddy was so good at Magic that it made me really good at Magic. and everybody else that I played in these tournaments was worse than him. So it was easy. Or like easier, obviously, and then they joined the Pro Tour and they played Pro for a while. Both of them. But so the goal of this thing that I was a part of was like just people that were good at card games and good at this card game specifically from a well-rounded enough of a like play style slash like so that there weren't no like holes or anything of like I mean it's like we had a control player, we had an aggro player, we had like because they have color pairings, so like I was like our yellow / green player, like more on the control side, but like and we just played each other a bunch like in this card game, and it made us good to where when we played against people online in tournaments, because they were all online, all the ones that mattered at least that like qualified for nationals contentions, they were people that were generally worse than us. Like I mean we weren't like the most successful, but like we had 3 out of our 8-person team make the national finals. I was one of them. And the other 2 split a room and were autistic as fuck. They still do the podcast, by the way.
I was gonna say, why does it seem like your problem with LA isn't LA, but is everyone you went to LA with?
After we came back, well, so the thing is, the podcast was my idea, and like the idea was basically like we sat in Discord like this and talked for hours about the card game, and I was like, that's a niche in the market. Like, there's not a single person out there. Also, he was a semi-successful Digimon YouTuber. I don't know how to say successful because it's a niche market, but like 4,000 subscribers, 5,000 subscribers, definitely not enough to quit your day job, but like not nothing. And he did content. He would make like deck videos and like talk about certain decks, and I was like, we could do that, but like in an expanded format, like talk about the intricacies of certain matchups and whatever, and just literally talk about the card game for like an hour to an hour and a half a week. We could totally just like literally just like screen record on fucking Discord and slap it a fucking intro like free music at the front of it. Which we never actually did. We literally just screen recorded. And then but we did it for like I don't know 6 to 8 months, maybe a year. And then we went to this national tournament and everybody, I mean obviously I guess like it kind of curates the because like he did a lot of videos that were like his favorite kind of content was like introductory content of like, have you never played this game before? Well, you should play this deck, or like why you should play this deck if you're a new player, or like how to start learning this deck. And it was all like the like I don't know, it was such like low level commentary that like anybody that's played the game for 5 minutes could tell you that. It was basically like less than reading the Wowhead fucking article to you for WoW. Like I'm like it's like reading the spell description almost of like
Dratnos patch notes.
To play Frost Mage, you press Frostbolt, and then sometimes you press Flurry. Like it was the if you've played WoW for more than 5 minutes, you don't need this type of and that was most of his videos. And I told him that I was like, who is supposed to watch your videos? What is your niche? People that have never played the card game before, and as soon as they've watched a single one of your videos, they now know more than your videos are explaining to people. Like, why don't you include this? Why don't you include that? Why don't you get into more detail here or there? And he's like, no, because I want it to like I want new people to be able to understand my videos or whatever. Like whatever. But so the podcast was like the opposite of that. It was I assume you know everything that we know because I don't have time to explain everything. So we're just gonna talk, and if you don't understand something, you can ask a question in the comment maybe, or like we can refer you to another video maybe. Like, but we're not gonna fucking explain like we're just gonna talk about this fucking card interaction or like cards that are assumed to be in certain decks because they always are, and we're not going to explain why because it just is. True. But so we went to this tournament, and he was, like I said, he was a semi-popular content creator, and like his actual name, or his last name, I want to say, because it was by like first last name, was his YouTube name. So like, people were like, oh my god, it's you. I listened to your podcast, blah 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 blah, and they're like, oh my god, it's you. You're the other guy in the podcast, blah 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 blah, and like, that's all anybody complimented him on the whole fucking weekend was like, I love your podcast. So he was all fucking ripping rearing to go do more podcast after that event. Whereas after I had the most miserable time in Los Angeles ever, I didn't even really want to talk to him anymore. And then he was like, oh man, you guys should like, we can't just stop the podcast. He's like, you know, just because you're not going to play the card game anymore, which is also true. Because, like, I kind of peaked. I kind of, like, was without purpose for a while. It was like, my goal was to attend the national finals, and I did that. But, like, do I just want to do that again next year? Not necessarily. I had a terrible time. Like, do I want to win the national finals? Well, that's a lot harder to do. I did not win. I did very bad. Like, on the scale of people that get invited to national finals, I did pretty bad. But, like, so I'm not gonna win. I'm not gonna like place or anything. They only invite the top, which is actually crazy. They only invite 2 people to Worlds, by the way. Only the actual finalists even make it to Worlds. So nobody actually cares about Worlds.
Wait, how the fuck? Whatever tournament organizer putting this whole thing together, how the fuck did they afford the LA Convention Center for the Digimon?
I don't know, man.
National.
I mean,
What
fucking
the fuck
Bandai Namco. Bandai Namco
money
owns it.
Bandai Namco doesn't spend money on jack shit anything. That's
I
part
don't
of
know,
the
man.
problem with Bandai Namco.
They did, and so they even like. I mean, I don't think it was the whole thing. It was like one hall. I don't know. Like, is there reduced rates if you don't use the whole thing? Like, because it was just a massive room full of like 100 tables, 100 folding tables with folding chairs.
5,
And
4,
you were given
3,
your tournament because it was
2,
1,000 people. 1,000. I don't even think 1,000 showed up technically, but like 1,000 people were invited to the event. It was the top 1,000 players in the country. You had to confirm that you were like the actual entry. Tournament entry was free, but the getting yourself there and keeping yourself there was all paid for by you. Worlds, however, was a completely like an all expenses paid event because it was an international event. Like, they're not gonna like, oh hey, you just paid to fly all the way to LA, now you have to pay to fly to Japan.
Zero, you okay there?
Yeah, what's up?
Too much fucking damage. I can't get it.
Oh, my bad.
Zero just deleted a whole hallway by himself.
It's because we erased the pack of mobs in 5 seconds. The whole ramp is just never been there.
What healer do you guys have?
Hi.
Oh, you're healing, damn it. I can't tank. That's the only thing I have no characters that do, and that's very intentional.
Don't you have that one remix character you don't go on?
Oh, Duna Taint. Duna Taint can tank. My
Duna
Demon Hunter.
Tank?
Yeah,
Or
no,
Duna
Taint.
Quick,
Yeah.
quick Google search and do not. I don't know how Bandai Namco got the money for that. Granted, I probably have some reduced rate, whatever, because it also depended on like when you're booking. Because if you're booking
Like the last
in,
weekend
like,
of
off-season-
January, first weekend of February.
So absolute off season is probably a bit cheaper, but the LA
the
convention,
offest of off season.
yeah, to rent out the entire convention center, it's $1 million.
Sorry.
I mean,
I would imagine
it was
it's still in the
like
six-figure
one of the selling points of the card game was that like it had an established supported tournament scene.
Well, do they do the finals like the same date like every single year? Or like around?
I don't
the
know.
same
I only
time?
went 1 year. I
Oh,
literally only
okay.
went the 1 year.
Yeah, because obviously, because you get a lock in with a convention center for like a fucking.
They might
5
have
or 10
very
year
they very
contract,
reasonably
yeah.
because the competitive the competitive season is cyclical. I do know that because I did follow it long enough because like I was like I might do this again, and their competitive season runs from like May is the first tournament that gives you finals eligibility or nationals eligibility, and basically they do online 512 player tournaments that the top 16 of which are invited to finals. They do those like twice a month starting in May, and then but they also something that we constantly talked about how ways they could improve the format. They eventually implemented a trickle down system because like something that was happening and was like almost being done intentionally, like for nationals consideration or just prize support consideration, because something that happened with the card game is like the prizing support was like a specific
You wanna leave
alt.
too?
Just pop them all.
Was a specific alt of a card, usually like a playable card, like one that people care about, and it would say like on it was stamped like national like tops like competitive season 2022 or whatever, top 16, top 64, and it went from top 64 got a special card prize card, top 32, top 16, top 8, and then like finalist, and I think winner. And so like it went up, and like so there are people that were like, if you were an absolute rarity collector, aka a whale, I guess the only way to say it, like absolute rarity collectors would collect every version of every card, and you would have to collect like tournament winner. And tournament winner, that shit would sell for like $3 grand online, like no questions asked. I'm gonna say, I know the card game isn't as popular anymore. I don't know what they have. I know making the front page of TCG Player was a big deal for them. They are officially recognized alongside the One Piece card game, Disney Lorcana, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic, Star Wars, and Flesh and Blood. Like the 5th most popular card game, I think, by volume.
Kick circle.
Okay, well this is a listing. This isn't a sell. I have to go to sell value. Somebody listed a tournament winning card for $100,000. Have any sold? Oh, the last one that sold for 2,800. Okay, see, that's what I mean. $3 grand was a more accurate fucking thing. But because if there are only 2 tournaments a month, what, May, June? There aren't any in July. They skipped July. May, June, August, September, October, November. 6. There are only 12 tournaments a year that you can win to qualify for nationals. Because you qualify over the course of the year, and then there's the actual finals in like late January, early February. And so the format for finals is decided very early on. Like you know which cards will be legal or not months in advance, so that you have time to play test with them.
Three, 2.
A golem fused with scarred and corruption? Fascinating.
3, 2, 1.
Bro,
AOE.
this island's trolling me.
Are you trying to fly?
No. There are Vrykul that will cast a full heal if I kick them. but I'm a disc priest, so I don't have one.
You have to play Holy or Shadow.
What fucking kick does Holy have? Can you stun them?
Yeah, you stun them, and also you kill them much faster because you have higher burst.
I'm playing
Why
Wood
are
Weaver,
you
dude.
doing that content on your priest?
Because I don't need the ring on my main.
You
Yeah,
can
but
just
if you
do the content on your main and then buy it for the ult. You don't have to do the content on the ult.
You don't even have to buy it.
How long have I been sitting here?
Oh, I guess yeah, because if you just take the ring, or if you just take the gems from your mage and put them over to your fucking
Oh, I'm
priest.
Never mind.
What?
Did Pete
I was
sit on
thinking
his
he
keyboard?
just does the quest, he gets the ring, and he gets the stuff.
I mean, I have one gem. How do I get the? I probably check Wowhead for that information.
You get them from doing like events and shit.
Yeah, you do some of the events. Okay, be careful with the herbs here, please.
Husky got it. He's gonna. We'll do 3 each time. Easy.
Fuck you.
Jesus.
Oh. Or no, guess
Great
what?
push in January.
They're gonna pop
already
3 and be
going.
like, Husky, why didn't you heal us?
Let's go.
Skull.
Fucking DPS.
The drain goblet. I gotta drain some goblins.
Hold on.
Stinky.
Shield.
I don't want to drain the goblins. Sounds like something Husky does on the weekend.
Where is
Husky, were you the one that played Warhammer?
I don't play, but I do the lore.
Okay. I guess I agree with that because it's super expensive and nobody plays it around me.
Let's go. Hold.
Whoa, that was instant burst.
There's a reason it is called plastic crack.
I mean,
The one that.
I can only have so many expensive hobbies. I kind of gotta fucking pick some at some point. Gotta narrow the field. I
There's
almost
a lot
did.
of books.
I did a lot of research to then not actually play the game because it was too expensive and nobody really played around me that was within like a nice distance.
We can commit after this. I think we have the DPS.
I mean, the lore for the game's pretty fun, and some people do follow the tabletop just virtually, because you can get
Yeah, I have the tabletop
tabletop
mod.
simulator.
Yeah. That was actually exclusively where we play tested in Digimon. Was because we had to play test with cards before they came out to know which cards were good or not.
Yeah.
I don't think
we also had the Japanese metagame.
No, I don't think we need it. We just kill the boss, right?
I don't know. I could
Just pop him. I need more healing. Nothing to heal on this fight.
I might play again because something that I also criticized the game for doing at the time was that the card game was kind of like annoying, even though the meta was always a little different in North America because we're just kind of better card game players than Japanese card game players are, or like we're more competitive about it.
I'm gonna say, what the fuck are you on about?
The
we won a big bull last.
So you don't like Mexicans or Japanese people?
You want to lust the next as we can.
Well, no, it's just like
I would save lust for boss.
So
probably the boss now.
I don't know. I could probably find my reference episode. I did a whole episode on
Because
my
this
podcast.
next pack will probably slaughter Frank.
Oh, we don't need to extra bull.
Not the next pack after.
Yeah, the pack after.
If I don't do the runaway properly, I'm dead.
Japanese card game players are significantly
grab
more
these
likely to
together.
play the intended way if something isn't. So, like as an example, very early on in the card game, the way it works, like you start with low-level Digimon that you can just play to the battlefield like once per turn, and then but to evolve the Digimon, you digivolve them. Ooh, fancy. And like that's the whole point of the card game is like, yeah, you go up the chain, so it's like you go from a like baby to a rookie to a champion to a mega, whatever. like but the levels are printed on the side of the card, so it goes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and sometimes 7. 7's like specific monsters, but like usually like your deck would be based around your level 6, which is also like so like fucking War Greymon or Garurumon, Metal Garurumon. Like the name of the deck would be based upon the face Digimon of the deck, and those are all level 6s. And they base the card game around the level 6s being the most impactful and what you play around. And like getting to your level 6 and doing something, or stopping your opponent's level 6 is the whole game. And but the combat system in the game was that like you either just attacked a Digimon specifically if it was on the battlefield, or you would attack the opponent directly. But there's no life points, it's not Yu-Gi-Oh! It worked off of like Pokemon prize cards, except the prize cards were called security, and it was basically like you're hacking into the digital, like early, like late 90s digital texts logo or slang.
I never did finish the Digimon game.
Which one?
Cyber Sleuths.
Good game. Very good game, actually.
Yeah, we used me and my roommate. We used Cheat Engine to speed up some of the grinding. But it's pretty fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I played that like that whole summer basically. It came out.
Yeah, he played both. He's played both of them, both sides of the story.
And so when you attack, there's what they do, what's called a security check most of the time, not all of the time. So basically there's two possibilities. Either if you attack somebody directly by turning the card sideways, like in Magic, you tap it, and then there's a 5 stack that like basically the first thing you do is like when you start the card game, you shuffle and then you put 5 cards off to the side in a very specific order, like from top to bottom, and then you when you're attacked, if you have no Digimon on the field, they attack your security directly, and what you do is you flip the top card face up, and then if that is a Digimon, they battle, so like based on the like attack value, because there's only one, they basically have combined attack and health. It's not like Magic where like you can have like a 1-3 or a 3-1. It's just 3,000. That's it.
You activated my trap card.
That shit is.
Careful with range kicks.
And then
Haha, joke's on you, I'm a priest!
So they either do battle, or if it's like a spell card or something else, it could sometimes, not always, but usually will have a security effect. And most security effects, for like 90% of cards, just say, play this card for free. So like, there's a card that was really broken, that actually got restricted from like the very, very beginning of the card game, and it just said, you gain 1 mana. And its security effect was, you gain 2 mana. But the mana bar worked more. I say mana bar. So mana worked more in the Digimon card game, like the Warlords of Draenor, fucking Balance Druid, like all it would. So it's the way their mana system
One big guy.
is, it's just 1 meter that goes from positive 10 to negative 10. Not there's no actual positive or negatives. It's just your 10 and their 10. And the way it works is the mana that you were allotted, because there's no mana cards, there's no lands.
Never mind.
The way that it works is you'd spend mana that your opponent gives you on their turn. So like, if you're at +4, you're at 4 mana. Okay, I'm gonna play a card that's gonna bring me from 4 to 1.
Is this legal?
2.
And then I'm gonna evolve from 1 to 0 to +1. And what that would mean is that it now becomes your turn. Whenever the mana value like passed 0, it just became your turn whenever that happened. However many cards are played. So a strategy developed quickly where all you would do is shit out low value Digimon, like literally like the babies. But babies
think I was
attacked
here to
for
see-
one
oh,
security,
yeah, we have.
and like big Digimon attack for one security, and had higher health and damage because they're the same number. But the babies, so they would usually die, but if you just shit them out, it doesn't matter because your opponent only has 5 security. So you'd basically like, okay, I attack once, it dies, and then I play 2 more and end my turn. And then next turn I attack with 2, they both die, and then I play 2 more and end my turn. And then, oh look, you've died. In 3 turns I've killed you. It was like a super aggressive deck that played no Digimon that actually played with any of the mechanics of the card game. They just fucking attacked. And that wasn't a big problem in Japan when the card game first came out, because we got it like almost a year after they did. But when it was a strategy, but it wasn't super popular because Japanese card game players like to play the intended ways. They like to level up into their big Digimon and do cool things. But competitively speaking, that deck was fucking broken. You didn't actually need to Digivolve or play any big monsters at all. All you would do is shit out little babies that would just attack and win the game. So they had to ban things that didn't make sense because it wasn't a problem in Japan. And that continued to happen where like, so equivalently, based on the way the security worked, is there was a deck that was called Security Control that played like a traditional control deck in Magic where like they actually had no way to win the game. All they would do is make sure that you lose the game. Like, they would almost win by just tilting their opponents.
Oh, so just a control deck for Magic the Gathering.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's just the same thing. Like they would play. So they played heavily off of 2 mechanics: the security and recovery. Which recovery would just stay. There were certain yellow cards. I was the yellow player, so everybody hated me. But that would just recover your security. So again, you start with 5 security, and they had cards. So one of them was it was an Angemon. You played it for 7, which is one of the most expensive on-play costs you could have, and it just said recover 1, which means that you take the top card from your deck and you put it into your security, essentially healing 1 life out of 5, but you could go as high as you want. So now I would have 6 life, and my opponent would attack, and I would flip the top card, and the top card would say recover 1 life. So I would just put a card back on top, and they couldn't punch through my security. But now that Angemon that I put on the field,
guys.
Big
cooldowns.
GG's.
Why would you pull extra? I'm supposed to pull.
Why would you pull right?
He peeked what he was
I
doing,
on
Belra.
the right side, man. But I mean, why does it matter if I pull the right?
Well, because
I'm
I had
the
puller
puller.
scrolling. No one pulls right side. Bro.
I do. I do
Okay, I have
either or.
aggro still,
Whatever I
guys,
feel
so-
like, man. But either way, why would
Stop,
you pull?
stop where you guys
I'm
are.
the
Stop where you
puller.
guys are. Stop.
Baylor wants to tank so bad as a shaman.
Okay, we're good now.
All right, I'll pull left this time.
But I'm right-handed.
Oh, you gotta kill that. Ah.
Oh, did he drop a totem? God, what nuked me, though? Oh, I got hit with a stone bolt. That's what happened.
Dude, I didn't really understand most of what you're saying. I don't play any of the card games, so you're like, like in Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm like, no, I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, I could break it down further. It doesn't.
It was
That's
just
not
a
what I was
tangent.
talking about.
No, I mean, it's just
that was just the tangent of like
never
so,
played the game, so it's just like I have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
It's if you've never played Magic, then
I've never.
I
played
can't
any
I can't
card
relate.
games.
Like
Yeah.
I would have to start with like way simpler understandings of what a competitive card game is.
You play this card and it does this.
There is a card in Magic the Gathering that allows you to play any card from your hand for free, though.
Yeah, Omniscience.
It's actually a werewolf card.
Isn't Magic
3,
expensive if
2,
you want to actually build a deck?
Yes.
Depends, actually. There's a
Eh,
lot of like.
Depends on the format, yeah.
And depends on what you're trying to do. If you're just playing with friends, like you just
Yeah,
spend some money
tabletop.
here, spend some money there.
No, because
like-
I'd fucking want to play it like I do WoW and just fucking
Yeah,
play
well,
as fucking.
I have those same
highest
tendencies,
level
and
I
it's why.
possibly can, and
That's
I'm like,
why.
I can't do that.
One of the statements I had made earlier that I was rambling was like, I have to fucking pick and choose my hobbies because they're all expensive.
Yeah.
I can't have 10 hobbies because then there's 10 expensive hobbies because it's like, oh, I just want to do this for fun, for casually. No.
2.
I only do things 100% if it's a hobby.
And
I was
then
gonna
shit
say
hobbies,
because
like,
technically
Epic.
you can still do Warhammer casually because there is quite a few people who just buy a model here and there to paint.
Well, I was trying to find a way to get in like rather cheaply. Well, and also I know that I kind of fucked myself a little
look
bit.
up
but...
Kill Team then.
Well, aside to that, because it answers the question without answering the question, I fucking kind of don't like sci-fi, so I was a big fan of the not sci-fi Warhammer.
Oh, Age of Sigmar.
Yes.
Yeah, good luck. I have no clue.
Clear.
Yep. Nobody plays it, from my understanding. That's why I couldn't find anybody that played it. I even so there's an actual games workshop like an hour away from my house, but like where people do play Age of Sigmar regularly, but it's an hour away. And I also don't know how that really works as far as like, because like Commander I don't play a lot because I don't have anybody to play with, and I only go to my stores like pick up like Magic Knight, like very rare. I hadn't gone in years. I actually went like a couple weeks ago to play. I got my shit kicked in because the last time I played or updated my deck was a long time ago, and there were a whole bunch of cards that are really good that I guess was at least aware of because I've been following Magic because I like to like be in the know of things. But
yeah, you didn't
I
have
hadn't
Squidward?
No, I didn't have Squidward. Squidward, the disappointed fry cook.
Dodge.
But yeah. Like the end of that entire tangent could have been summarized as like Japanese players are bad at competitive card games because they play based on the intention of the cards, not the actual mechanical value of the cards, whereas North American players don't give a fuck and they break shit so like security control, as I like very loosely described, it's playing the game wrong in every way that you can think of. It'd be like if because like card games are permanently printed and harder to like you can ban cards, but usually they don't ban cards until like much later, and it depends on when you ban them. So like the tournament that I attended specifically, there had just printed new cards, and like most card games, when they print new cards, they make better cards. So the best deck was the face card from the most recent set. It was a black War Greymon. It was a black-red deck that, because they have purple and black. It's a 6-color card game, which is really interesting. As far as like their color pie is concerned.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, you see,
Yeah, why not?
You know all about a color pie.
Yeah, I believe you.
Yeah, okay.
Kaney's really knowledgeable about color pies, but is for Husky, who at least knows what I'm talking about.
I'm not gonna lie, you were talking so fast, I thought I was in an auction. But no, I know what you meant by
yeah. So there's
control.
It was a control deck, and it was a really powerful deck that everybody knew was going to be the best deck of the format coming into the tournament. It decidedly was the best deck, so people were practicing the shit out of